blessed Monday. I am Miss Marie, and this is Giving It to You Straight. We are live once again on this beautiful, blessed, mindful, moody moon Monday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is with all appreciation and gratitude as we begin with a moment of power. Gratitude is a superpower, and your mind and your soul are ready to confront some truths. All right, remember that today is Mindful Monday, the moon splits. And of course, you got to bring it home, baby. Hey, Audie Autumn. Hi, hi, hi. Good morning, good morning. There goes my 4:15, baby. Let's get on this Moody Monday, the mindful messages for all 12 zodiac signs. Happy birthday to all my beautiful Leos. Leo today and into the next couple of days. Hey, Juanita Warmington. Hi, 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 hi. Leo, the energy for you is identity, confidence, creativity, love, visibility, and the heart center beginnings. All right, so now is not the time to make those decisions. All right, you have plenty of time for that after the 12th. All right, so just wait just a little bit longer. My birthday's the 19th. Hey, Juanita. Oh, you're the 19th. All right. I can't wait to see you on the 19th. Come in for a beautiful message. Do you like a card today? Remember, savor every moment, elevate your experience with mindful reflection, make the feeling of grateful and happy a part of your routine, as well as eating mindfully for a healthier, happier you. All right? Get lots of sleep, lots of water, fruits, veggies, or the healing and emotional healing, especially if you need to distance yourself in this moment, okay? Let things be mutual, let it be safe, let it be loving. All right? As we stay connected after, not just during the difficulties, right? Happy birthday, sweetie. Let's go ahead. One more gratitude energy as we begin. Our thoughts our mind will start to wander. Remember that your mind is your employee. All right? It's that simple. Nice. Mine is, October, like my daughter. Wow. Hey, Libra. My daughter's October 11th. Let me find out you're my daughter. My daughter's October 11th. What's a change in your life that you initially resist but now appreciate? All right. A lot of times we resist the changes that have to happen. Life will force you anyway. All right. So begin with that gratitude. Wow, I now appreciate something that I resisted. Hold that thought in your mind, and then we have that heart and mind coherence, because you understand the source of our inner magic lies within every core of your being, in the hidden flames that burn within each of us. Of course, that energy is the heart, the seat of the soul, and how to understand that energy, that the divine sparks within us all, right? By turning your attention inward and connecting with the wisdom of the heart, so you can begin to tap into the infinite reservoir of energy. All right. So of course, practice meditation and quieting the mind. You focus on breath work, just all those beautiful things. Okay. And of course, all the attention goes into the heart. Okay. And you let the wisdom of the heart guide you from within. And you have these profound shifts of consciousness. All right. And you start receiving all this insight and intuition about your true nature and your purpose. Remember that the moon is a tool. Everything's a tool. Everything is to help you. All right. But one thing about it, you don't bypass the truth. If you get stuck when you bypass the truth. I'm gonna give you an example. All right. I'm gonna give you an example how this energy works, so you have a little higher level of understanding here. So you take a bath. You take a bath. You fill the bathtub up. This is how energy works. And you take a bath in it. You don't use that same water. That water is no longer useful. This is how energy works. Think about it like that. Okay? Think about it. Oh, this is no good anymore. This is how the energy works. It's no longer available. Once this energy is gone, we set into a whole new frequency. The energy changes quickly. All right? It's available. It's available for you. You don't want your energy to get stuck in the dark, and then it's going to be hard to find your way through it. All right? So you got to call your magic or your power and understand that the subconscious parts of the mind, all right, that influence your thoughts and your feelings. So understand that, especially from a spiritual metaphysical perspective, all right? Because a lot of the traditions, they teach that the soul is connected to the cosmos in very different ways, all right? So your soul is part of a greater universal consciousness, and the universe reflects that same creative intelligence that exists within you, all right? And so you're not there yet, all right? I understand. So basically, your life is just a part of a larger cosmic journey of learning, exploring, and growth. All right. So when you start looking at the stars from a different perspective, have to have a different lens. It's going to remind you that you are also part of a much bigger part of yourself. All right. So the symbol of the moon, just as the moon moves through its phases, so do we. All right. So some days we're meant to shine brightly, and other days we're just called to rest, reflect, and listen. Especially for the next 2 days, rest, reflect, and listen. Okay. Let the moon remind you that every phase has its purpose, and your soul already knows the truth. Our journey is to simply become quiet enough to hear it. Okay. Remember that the moon holds you back, and the sun carries you forward. So you're constantly going to be between those two uh, energies. Okay, how to really be mindful is just practicing. So you because you're gonna quiet the nervous system. All right, your emotions gonna have your emotions need a safe place to land. Grounding. All right, grounding is very important, and what grounding means is just doing the meditation, the journaling, okay, the going within, the breathe work. You need to get these things going. Wish I was black here. Moon flesh, wish I was black. All right, be quiet now and explain what they allowed to. Let me see what happens here. Moon flesh, no, I'll just be quiet now. Explain why they allow what? To yell and go crazy. Why, the moon? That's what you're asking me? The moon, it makes you go crazy? That's what you, because it's whatever you have going on in your life. Because to know that, if you really get to know yourself, the moon isn't necessarily giving you the answer. All right, it's a tool that reveals what needs to be examined. All right, so there's something that you need to be examined with inside of you. Right, the moon explores what's hidden in you, in me, and so this when you symbolically, right, it's a tool of self discovery. So if you got something going on that you haven't healed, all right, then of course it's gonna reveal it to you. Your shadows will show up. All right. So understand that. All right. So self-discovery bring you closer. The moon gives you wisdom little by little. All right. So you tap into the subconscious, your instincts, your fear, your dreams, your projections, and your intuition. All right. Getting emotionally wise is what it's all about. All right. So this is why slow breathing, meditation, those things are important because your emotions are part of your navigation system. They are, you don't choose them, they are biological, okay, and and they in tandem with the moon's phases. So you just got to learn how to understand these things. All right, start looking at things from a bigger lens. All right, so that's pretty much how to have the elevated experience. Okay, understand that everything that comes into your life, all right, there's an ending, there's a new beginning. All right. So nothing begins and nothing ends. Okay. Sometimes you have to end that cycle, close that cycle, and you don't close it up. All right. So just understand that. So if you have some problems going on, some issues that you haven't dealt with, and you try to bypass the truth, all right, it's going to bring you right back so you could get it done. All right. And this is all about standing in your sovereignty. All right. You anchor it, you get centered, uh, and you stand in your power. For those of you that really don't understand. Let's get the mindful messages for all 12 zodiac signs. Hopefully, I got time to go into the whole zodiac. If somebody asks a question, go ahead. All right, this is all about spiritual maturity. This is all about spiritual rebirth. All right, the energy is so powerful that if you bypass the truth, you're gonna start feeling empty. All right, you have to get some things done. So. So if you start setting these little micro boundaries daily, you don't need no dramatic walls. All right. So I need a moment. That doesn't work for me. I'm gonna pause here. Each small no is gonna protect a bigger yes in the future. All right. Mind your thoughts. Be intentional. Use interconnectors and universal oneness. Get that activation going. One more. For Leo. Leo, gratitude anchors you and it keeps the emotional pieces into place. All right? Understand that matter, energy, black matter, you are made of the stuff in the universe. Atoms, electrons, protons, neutrons, quantum. Everything is inside of you. All right? I'm going to say it. You're not going to heaven. Heaven is going within you. All right? The kingdom of God is within you. The universal energy is within you. One more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more. Leo, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, what is clearing you? And it's about the preparation. Balance for you, Leo. I surround myself with people I love and enjoy my time with them, but I also take time to nurture my relationship with myself. And I found a healthy balance between being with friends and having self-care time. This is for Leo. So today's about balance. All right. And that's what this beautiful Venus in Libra is bringing all about for you, Leo. And of course, during this solar eclipse that's going to be happening with the Leo new moon solar eclipse, is very more powerful for you. If anybody has a question, come on in. All right. So yeah. So the themes for you is just identity, confidence, creativity, love, visibility, and heart-centered new beginnings. You don't want to get stuck with that old energy. It's dark. It's no longer useful. All right. And so the journey begins when you reset. Okay. And as you start coding your mind, all right, with gratitude, understand that, of course, when you start going over your mind, everything that you're grateful for, not just for what you want, but what you already have and why you have these things. All right, that's a blessing. The fact that you just opened those two beautiful eyes. All right, I'm grateful that I'm able to see another day. Okay, who's grateful about that? Who's happy about that? All right. So yeah, let me continue on with Aries. Aries, morning rituals. Up in the mornings, I will take time to tune into myself to say high vibrational rituals that will help me lead a good day. I pay attention to the morning habits that don't serve me, and I change them for the ones that do. Aries, this is Mindful Monday Messages, the recalibration. Dance it out. Taurus, I can move emotions through my body by dancing whenever I start to build up energy and cranky. All right. I will play some music and move intuitively. I don't have to look like a certain way. Simply move and feel as the stress and heaviness begins to ease out of my body. Hey, Harry Carey. What's up, Harry Carey? I love you, nephew. Dance it out for you, Taurus, okay? One of the things that I want to share, and when we look at the spirit realms, because of course a lot of spiritual traditions posit that the universe is composed of different levels of consciousness, with the spiritual realm of higher consciousness, the inner cosmology, the concept of that, right? The concept of the inner cosmos is very important to understand, because the universe, with all its vastness, all right, it also represents within us a reflection of our own consciousness, which I know a lot of times it's hard for a lot of you to understand. All right. So, of course, everything in our universe vibrates at microcellular level, physical matter, non-physical, including our thoughts. All right. Pure, everything's just pure energy, nothing less, nothing more. Energy vibrates at different frequencies: particles, cells, protons, electrons. All right. Non-physical, your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs. All right. And your attitudes. Tune in, and Gemini, tune in. Today, before doing what I normally do, I will take a moment to slow down, to place my hands on my heart space, and take a few deep breaths. And I will ask myself what I truly want, and I will honor however I am feeling. Gemini, honor whatever you're feeling today. I normally say don't act on your feelings, all right? it's very dangerous to act on how we feel. But today, honor what your feelings are saying. Hey, hi, my man. Casting spell for you, Cancer. Cancer, casting spells. The words that I speak, especially today, Cancer, with the moon in your house. All right? The words that I speak and the stories that I tell is like spells. What I say and believe, I attract more so. So I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empower, and from complaint to gratitude. Now, when I speak to others through my words, I'm casting beautiful spells. Cancer, be careful. Especially today. I put a video for a quick 8-second short. Please check them out. And of course, that moon is in Cancer. It's a ferocious kind of energy. All right. Underneath the calm exterior, that emotional security. And of course, today's all about deciding what still deserves emotional energy. All right. We're 2 days away from that solar eclipse new moon. All right. And the energy is about less forcing. All right. Something forward. It's more about deciding and clearing the emotional space for what is about to begin. All right. Should I leave my job? Hey, Rachel, I'm really struggling. Really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. All right. So listen to your intuition, healing the past. If those memories and those they will come back, you counter those memories with some truth. All right. You just give it truth. And truth depending on where you're at in your life, okay? So we're in this waning crescent in Cancer, and so we're moving towards that Leo new moon solar eclipse. 2 days, 136, depending on where you're at here in the United States. All right. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of four swords, the death, and the Fool card. All right. Those will be the most primary themes for the day. All right. If you be seeing those, if you be seeing that, that is what it's saying. That's the reset. All right. Rest, release, and then something new begins. But you don't want to stay with that. You don't want to leave your dark energy stuck. All right. This is what happens. All right. Should I leave my job? I'm really struggling. Rachel, comment. Just give me a little bit more on where you're at. Okay. Remember the eclipse. They just represent a reset in a way you express yourself and what you're willing to give your heart to. What are you giving your heart to? Especially with the sun in Leo, Jupiter. There's a lot of beautiful energy. Those are what those eclipses, a moment of truth. The awakening happens. All right, but they don't last so long. Casting spells for Cancer. Let's go into. We did Leo. So now we're going to Virgo. Virgo, creative and my happiness. Virgo. I reclaim my power to create my own joy and happiness. It is not dependent on any outside source or individual. Therefore, it cannot be taken away. It can always be found within me. And I like this because this is when we train our mind, all right, to see the good in every situation. Positivity is basically a choice, and the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. All right, Virgo. So that's basically you're the creator of your own happiness. All right. So watch your thoughts. Of course, you got your ruling planet Mercury in Leo as well. Recharge. Libra. I invite magic into my life always. Every day I grow my connection to this earth. If I'm ever feeling low, I simply step outside and appreciate the natural miracles in this life. Being in nature lifts my spirits and recharges my energy. Okay? Community doesn't want me there. The community doesn't want you there. TETHERE. And I feel negative energy towards me. All right. I think did we talked about that last week? Didn't we talked about that? Subconscious mind. Subconscious mind, Scorpio. Scorpio. I realize that that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I maybe have told things growing up that I'm subconsciously holding on to. So I go back to my past and release those beliefs. All right. We could always go back to a timeline and we release that there. All right. Beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with the ones that do. Subconsciously holding on to old patterns. All right. So a lot of you guys get that 8 of Swords. You don't identify with those beliefs no more, and you're still carrying that on and overprotecting your energy a little too much. Becomes overprotective and then becomes control. All right, because there's a part of you. So you got three minds, three layers of the mind: your subconscious, your unconscious, the things that you're not aware about, and your conscious mind. Okay, the three layers of the mind there. But anyway, we'll tap into the subconscious mind because there's a book of information there. You got a whole library of information. Any fictional character that you want to invite to dinner. That's a question. Doing our best doing our best for you, Sagittarius. We're all doing our best with the understanding and the awareness that we have in this moment. Any decision I take today is okay, no matter the outcome. I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. Capricorn, gratitude. Capricorn, I love acknowledging all the little things I'm grateful for, no matter what I have going on. I always have things to be thankful for. Whenever I'm feeling upset, I can fill up a page with the things that I appreciate. This begins to shift my mood and focus onto that which brings me joy. Uh Aquarius, holding lightly, Aquarius. I take things and people that come into my life lightly, not holding on too tight, so that when it comes time for them to go, they may go smoothly. This doesn't mean I love any less, but that I'm open to the changes of life. And Pisces, I am enough. I'm beautiful just as I am. I love just as I am, and I'm worthy just by being me. I don't need to fit in. I just need to be myself. And the right people will come into my life, those who see and appreciate me for all that I am. All right? You don't got to look like anybody else. All right? And remember, we're constantly projecting and stuff, blah, 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 blah. That's it. That is the mindful messages for today. May you carry that energy with you. And may you remember that something's clearing you up and igniting your power. All right? And aligning with truth and purpose. So what is cleansing you, elevating you, remember that you are that portal, that you are that open door, that you are that power, you are that healing, you are that wisdom, you are that strength. You have all the protection, healing, and renewals, all right? And so understanding that you are truly amazing, all right? You're an incredible human being with divine power, all right? Or you just got to tap into that heart, all right? Because when we look at your spirit, when we look at the spirit, that part of you that is non-physical and that consists of your psyche, your ego, and the human spirit is virtually indestructible, all right? And the spirit, if you don't understand it, it is the immaterial part of humanity that connects with God, all right? That animation, that vital principle held to give you a physical organ, because we look at we organism, all right? Oh, I'm an organism? All right? And so understand as your very essence, all right? And so the soul, the spirit are connected but separately. Those dual forces, all right? The seat of my emotions, yada, yada, yada. And of course, when we look at the many things that make us, right? Ba, 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 ba. All right. So let me go ahead with Rachel. Rachel, come on in. Hi. How does S feels about me and his next action? All right. Community doesn't want me. Rachel, let's go ahead. Hey Tong. Hey Tanja. Hey Shiona. So you emotionally struggling? Tia Baya 80. So you emotionally, we all struggling at some point because we're trying to do too much, trying to figure everybody out. All right. So one thing about it is, are you still here? All right. So that a lot of times that happens when you're ready to heal and create the biggest, you got to understand what's going on in your house. Yeah, is that you don't understand what's happening in your house. I wish that you understand. All right, in Gemini, you're a Gemini, right? You're a Gemini, and so a lot of times when you're finally ready to heal and create the biggest positive paradigm shifts of your life, you begin to see everyone as a guy or a somebody that's going to trigger you. All right, especially those that trigger you. All right? Because everyone has something to teach you. All right? So right now is the energy just to become humble. All right? You just getting, yeah, somebody's teaching you something. All right? So you get tested the most when it's time for you to elevate. So don't break. Get ready to elevate. It's all elevation, right? So it's about to rain magic, and you're gonna see that. Man, I'm glad I didn't give up. So now it's the energy to observe, don't absorb. You gotta understand that. All right. It feels like that. Yeah, I feel heavy rejection. Don't worry, it's not that. It's that you're ready to break something. Something's new. So you're a Gemini, right? Once you start to understand Gemini, and for any Geminis out there, all right, there's a lot of different energies that are happening. And of course, when you look at that Mars, okay, at the end of Gemini, because it'll enter Cancer tomorrow. All right. And those could be fear. Fear like, oh, wow, there's an identity change in here. You got to come on, and you still here. All right. When those shifts happen, all right, that's a significant transition. Gemini and Mars is, let me figure this out. And Cancer and Mars tomorrow is going to shift quickly. So you're going to think that by Thursday or Friday, your energy is going to be totally different. All right. So let me protect what matters to me. All right. You're going through that right now. You're going through that. All right. You're not aware. I'm aware of it. All right. So Gemini Mars is, let me figure this out. And then Cancer Mars, as soon as it shifts, all right, on the 11th, all right, let me protect what matters to me. So the energies just reflect. All right. You got to learn how to have heart and mind coherent, and how to sit. Sometimes we don't want to sit with uncertainty. All right. Everything's working out for your highest good. All right. So the energy can feel mentally active, while tomorrow becomes much more emotionally motivated. You're going to see, you're going to be like, holy crap, I was worrying for nothing. All right. So just relax, 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 relax. All right. You don't have the full picture yet. All right. So today's messages is all about quieting your room before a new door opens. You quiet the room. All right. You're in a room. So you got to go in the inner room. All right. And just remove some stuff out of there, okay? And you do it throughout the day, okay? You breathe in, breathe out. Focus on one thing at a time, meaning that you put an hour and a half here, you put an hour here. This is why it's so important. This builds routine and this builds consistency. You don't got to try to figure everything out, all right? So a little bit here and a little bit there. Focus blocks. That's it. And so, of course, just don't try to figure everything out, okay? Observe, feel, and release, all right? Empty the emotional room before you invite new energy in, all right? And you start doing that. So I give you a message for you, all right? Don't force big changes, okay? Don't force big changes. Just take it easy with yourself. Be kind to yourself, all right? Talk to your body. Talk to yourself with love. Get into that energy. It's going to be transformative for you. All right, because everybody wants to be magically saved, but no one wants to do the work that's required to raise your consciousness. All right, having a personal relationship with something bigger than your ego, than yourself, because the ego will try to confuse you. Right, connect to the universe with prayer. Prayer is a powerful way. All right, knowing that you're okay, communicate with the higher power. All right, go beyond this physical realm here. All right, make that connection, but it's up to you. All right. This is the moment where you take a few moments and you breathe deeply and you clear your mind. You focus your intentions for that prayer. You have to be open. You have to be receptive. All right. Maybe you got so much. I'll see what energy you carry here. All right. And it might lead. I hope it doesn't lead me to the eight of. It doesn't lead me to the 8 of Swords. So should you leave your job? This is everything's helping. You're gonna be like, oh wow. All right. Understanding the fire that purifies, all right, and illuminates and transforms the heart, okay? A heart of fire is love that consumes the ego and it burns away. But what it burns away is falseness, all right? Your intellectual fire is alive, okay? So you have to learn how to do some kind of meditative work or brief work, all right? If I was to blow your mind, because I like sometimes blowing minds, this is one thing about me. Air, science, and so there are more molecules of air in a single breath of air than there is breath in the entire Earth's atmosphere. So I want to get into some deep stuff with you, but I'm going to need you to understand the stuff that I'm going to help you connect to eventually. So when you're breathing in, you're already breathing out the molecules, all right? Out of the population, anyone that ever exists on this earth, according to science, all right? Every breath you take has molecule once breath by every human in history. It'll take 10 years. It'll take 10 years, but all right? So you got to understand. I'm going to come in with some heavy stuff and understand so you can understand your vibrational frequency. All right? Understand what is happening beneath. All right? How to be a little bit more subjective. How to be a little bit more subjective. All right? And then when you be a little less subjective and understand your frequency. Okay, and what it basically is well, we use it metaphorically, so we got to clear a lot of the noise. It's a lot of the words that you might not understand, all right, because according to science, it's different than spiritually speaking, all right. We use a lot of these big words, all right, and vibrational frequency relates to the rate at which your body cells that vibrate and oscillate. Cells that vibrate at a higher frequency are full of energy and are super healthy, and reflecting is how we feel a healthy human body, all right. So we basically have like a healthy human body has a vibrational frequency of between 62 to 70 hertz. All right. So to understand the human cells is very important. All right. So I'm going to bring that energy forward. I'm going to bring the air molecules. All right. And understanding that everything's working for you. All right. And understanding your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, your attitude. Emotions are biological. They're either going to be very, very high and you're not going to know. You're going to react to something. And that's what's happening right now. The energy's low. You want to feel this drama. When we don't get that, we feel lost without it. So just relax, okay? Mars is leaving you. Say bye-bye, Mars. Bye-bye. See you later. All right? So a lot of times, because the moon, the thoughts, are not clouded by these things that you don't understand, all right? And the moon is low, all right? The energy is really low, the water. Okay, and that water represents your psychic, your intuitive energy. So basically, when you be a little more objective, you focus on facts and data recognize. You're going to recognize your personal biases, all right? Because at this point, you want to consider multiple perspectives, all right? So if you're forming an opinion from your own mindset, from the things that you've been experiencing, right? This is when you are more subjective, based on the influence by your personal feelings, your tastes. Other people's views and opinions are highly subjective. All right? Remember that subjectivity is universal. Everyone has experiences the world from their own unique personal perspectives, colored by their feelings, their beliefs, and their experiences. This is what differentiates your viewpoint from mine. All right? You have your own personal biases. All right? You don't want to bring that into the mix because it might not be. You don't have the full picture. All right? So you have personal opinions that are factual. It doesn't have to be grounded, provable. All right? So there's feelings there. So you're acting by your fear right now. That is not real. All right? So anyway, that's pretty much it. All right? So set goals and define personal goals with purpose in mind. And break them down into achievable milestones. Not everything that's happening to you is about you. All right? This has to do with a bigger picture here that you're not seeing yet. Gratitude is the best way to start, all right? And of course, yes, we are organisms, which are defined as single living entities with a unique genome. Humans are basically multicellular, all right? We are classified under the species Homo sapiens and are the part of the animal kingdom. So I am going to bring in a lot of the animal kingdom in here over the next couple of weeks, all right? So remember that we are, of course, basic biology. We are made of the cells and have an organ system here and share a similar chemical composition and genetic makeup with other living organisms. All right? I want you to understand yourself deeply, but that's not up to me to take on the information. All right? Your cells already know. Your body's it's intelligent. All right? We're soft technology. So anyway, yeah, let me go ahead and give you the energy. You still here? I hope you understand as you begin to call your mind, all right, with divine favor and divine love, I'm grateful for what I can see, all right, what is here, and I'm grateful for what is to come. You got to welcome energy, all right? You cannot be going through these states. There's got to be something deeper. You can't be going every couple of weeks through this, all right? What is going on? All right. How do you? I think I told you that last time. You must learn to calm your mind. All right. When you think somebody's talking about you, coming towards you. All right. Why do you think she befriends the lion? So we're gonna huh? No, you're not spiraling. You're not spiraling. You gotta stop listening to people say, "Oh, you're spiraling." Stop agreeing with the energy that is offered to you. That's the problem. Stop agreeing with the energy that's offered. Oh, you're gonna be depressed, and oh, you go into them. You probably have rumination. All right. You probably have rumination. You probably get insomnia. You probably predict every outcome. You assume every thought that your mind tells you. You gotta stop agreeing with every time that you take energy in. That's dangerous. All right. You're spiraling because you're believing somebody else's identity. You got to stop that. All right. Make sure that's what's happening with you. All right. That is what's true. Somebody's really coming to you're gonna, you don't want to get the energy to get stuck. Stop agreeing with every time that somebody shows you a card. Stop agreeing with everything. You're getting stuck with the energy. That's not available for you anymore. All right. That is old. That's done. Stop agreeing with every reader. Stop watching every story. All right, stop that. That's dangerous. I am a gypsy. Let's see what you can do. Hey, Chris. Chris, what is your take on you a gypsy? So what that means to me? I want you to tell me what that means to me. I'm a gypsy, and whoop de whoop. What do you mean by that? What can I do? My goodness. Oh man, we got a little magic, all right? And we think we know it. I'm a gypsy. What can I do? All right, let me go ahead. All right. Grown up from fortune tellers. Holy shit. I can't believe this. All right, listen. Come on, come back in. What's my bloodline? I'll come back to you. Let me if you come back, listen, let me get out of here. Wait. No, you're not spiraling. Stop telling yourself you're spiraling. You're having a moment. All right. Learn how to define. All right. Community doesn't want me at their neck. So then you say, should you leave? This is just something better for you. I don't know. Did I pin your question? What should I do? Rachel, come on in. Hey, come on, Rachel. You got to come back in. I'm going to drop your energy. We got new energy coming in, all right? Come on. Let's get this dance going. Come on, sweetie. All right? Yes or no? All right? Clear the old before the opening day. Opening day is coming, and you're going to clear the old, and you're going to take all that old energy, and then you got to come back around again. All right? Hey, 444, hey, I want to leave. That is because Mars is, well, for me, it's because Mars is leaving. When this started, you might have some issues that maybe tarot's not going to help. Tarot might not be the tool. Tarot is a tool. Okay? It's just basically to helping you with your soul's journey. All right? Basically, and when you understand, there's some things that you might not understand. There is some things that you could understand, but your mind, you got to understand things that are not to the eye. Knight of Cups. The Lovers. There you go. No. So you got nothing right now. Don't make no decisions right now. All right? Because one thing about the Knight, he's very diplomatic. All right? So the diplomacy, using the diplomacy of this Knight of Cups. So you understand the journey, going between kingdoms, bringing, of course, diplomacy. Okay? You got to understand the energy. You understand me? So if you resonate with that energy, great. Okay? But understanding the little bit of history of the Knight of Pentacles, I was in the energy of I was about to do a show with the Knight of Pentacles, but understanding a little bit of the storyline, because the war had ended, but the kingdom had not yet healed. So understand a little bit going back into the 1100s, right? The quest of the symbolism of the Knight of Cups is a different energy because they were through diplomacy. This is not for you, sweetie. Hold on. All right. So I think here with the Lovers card, reciprocity, finding community, with your energy there, how to help yourself. All right. Because I think for me, every symbol here, or every energy carries polarity, carries what it carries is the receptive, all right, which is this, the moon, and your active energy. So you have an active mind right now, all right? So I'm going to help you a little bit, and then I will have to help everybody else. All right, clearing out before the opening day here, how to have heart and mind coherence, and how the elevated emotion. So because the one and crescent energy, all right, we in this one and crescent that sits at her feet, all right? Understanding the energy that's available, that's happening right now. So don't make no decisions right now, all right? But when you understand the Knight of Cups, all right, the knight was no longer just a warrior. He was expected to embody honor, diplomacy, sovereignty, all right? So courtly love. The Knight of Cups often rule between the kingdoms, carrying marriage proposals, peace treaties, okay? Some words I can't pronounce because I have a heavy accent, all right? Messages between royal courts, declarations of love, all right? But one thing about him, the spiritual quest was a sacred mission here, okay? So you got to understand what this energy is all about. And once you start understanding the cup, the Holy Grail, all right, it represents the human heart. And he's going to he's all about reminding you that true strength is not only found on the battlefield, but also in compassion, beauty, and emotional courage here, all right? And that's the energy that's going to be the theme here. But you don't want to discuss the theme, it's okay. Because, of course, the war had ended, but the kingdom had not yet healed. While soldiers carry swords, the only Knight of Cups here carried a silver. He actually was silver, all right? And his mission was not to conquer land, but to restore trust. Of course, he crossed rivers, forests, and castle gates, delivering words that could reunite families, forge alliances, and awaken hope. All right? So every mind asks the same question. Will you choose love over fear? Look at the energy in front of you. All right? When kingdoms needed healing, they didn't always send a soldier. Sometimes they send the Knight of Cups. All right? So the Knight of Cups is intuitive, all right, poetic, emotionally expressive. All right, he reminds us that every invitation tests the heart behind the desire, and every cup carries an emotion. So the real question is, what are you ready to receive? You got to understand the storyline. Once you understand the storyline and the symbolism here, now is not the time to make those decisions. All right? Not everything is going to be exposed to you. The moon gives us wisdom. This energy, moon in Cancer, is about growing into that wisdom, emotional wisdom, okay? You have the energy that's leaving and you got new energy coming in. Because if you do here, it says, yeah, I want to leave my job. All right, this is about you. See? And the story goes on and on. It's going to repeat itself. So right now is not the time to make. All right? The strength. She holds, why do you think she befriends the lion? Because she trusts her instincts. All right? She's not fighting the lion. She's not fighting the power. This is a lot of times the only way I learn to survive is to keep my mouth quiet. All right. The inner true strength is your inner power. All right. And that theme is going to be carrying all around the Leo energy. All right. I feel exposed and vulnerable. All right. I can't help you any further than this. All right. You're going to come and ask the next question. And until you tap yourself into the reservoir of the universe, into your line, all right, and understand heart and mind coherence, how to move my the left and right hemispheres of the brain, and go within and move the waters. That's an incredible lineage, all right, but it represents you going within, quieting the mind when things get tough, all right. So you need more therapy than this. Sometimes tarot is not the answer for you. Sometimes this is something deeper. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be very honest about the energy here that I'm seeing in front of me. Sometimes you just can't keep repeating these same cycles. It's not healthy, you know? And when you can't really help somebody, All right, you got to understand that things that are happening that are outside of your control. Okay, and so you could be creating mental blocks here. There's something that you don't understand here. All right, stay emotionally present here. All right, understand that there's everybody got an opinion just like you. All right, Rachel, I wish you the best. If it's not here that you find your way, if it's not here that things become more clear for you, uh, you're gonna have to learn how to really take your time and pray, meditate. There's something you got to move different here. All right. You could be running on a lot of masculine energy. All right. You might be running on a lot of masculine energy here. I will make no impulse decisions here. No. Find find something, right? Because when the lovers come out for me, something to help you reconnect with your values. You know what you truly want. What is the heart saying? All right, there's a choice. There could be a misalignment here. All right, how do you make choices based on values? There's a fear here rather than fear. All right, I'm sorry. If I would have seen the queen is different, because the energy will move different. But when I seen the king there, all right, one of the things the queen, she listens without judgment, and she tells the truth compassionately and cut through the confusion. But since you have the masculine principle, you operating from a masculine principle. Period. All right. And so, of course, let's look at things honestly and asking questions. There's questions that you're avoiding. All right. So there's something here. It's something deeper. All right. I hope that you find your answers. All right. If it's not here, but you got to start aligning your truth. You got to stop bypassing the truth. All right. How to express yourself in a healthier way. So we go into that masculine principle. All right. So this could be a subconscious pattern. This is sometimes the way that I learn that I have to survive in this way. Doing it like this, it is easier than confronting some truths. All right. So your divine masculine principle is not being receptive and it hasn't been integrated. Once you integrate those parts and the layers of the mind, you start to understand, oh, okay, I can move forward. There's nothing to worry about. All right. Just because somebody has a strong opinion, all right, how do you confront and how do you deal with people? Make sure that you're not part of the problem is, because sometimes we're constantly projecting. We don't see, and that's what the new moon energy is all about, to help you. All right, it's a tool to explore within, to go within deeply. But if you're not ready to do the work, everything. Somebody is like, I'm getting to a lesson, but I don't understand what that lesson is. You understand? And something could be ready to so you could have these shifts in you. All right, because a lot of times we get tested the most when it's time for you to elevate. So don't break. All right. You got to see this energy through. When you're ready finally to heal and to create the biggest positive paradigm shift of your life, you're going to see everyone as your guide or people as trigger. Everyone is going to be teaching you something. All right, but you're going to be you're going to be able. You're going to be have to be able to be humble. All right, you're getting. There's a lesson that you haven't learned. With that being said, come on the next person. All right. I'm trying to give it to you as clean and as thoughtful as possible here. All right. I don't think that you're confused. I just think that you operating more from a masculine energy, and that's what that Mars energy. That's what that Mars energy does. It's a very masculine energy. All right. I hope that helped you. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick break. Anybody else has a question? Thank you for the the super thanks. All right. Tarot might not be the answer. No, there's something deeper. Go to a professional, get some counseling. Do it today if you're gonna continue like that, because everything's gonna be a trigger from this point forward with what you got going on. Especially with Uranus, I believe Uranus. Oh boy. No, that's it. 'Cause- 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 'c So now that's it. Let me go to the bathroom and get my character. Everything is quiet. You see through, right through the heart of me. You break down those walls with the strength of your love. You got to understand something about vulnerability. You're welcome. All right? A lot of times emotionally guarded people, they make vulnerability feel so dangerous. Okay? That's probably what's happening to give you that, to leave you with that, all right? And so just that's basically it. So I'm making it seem vulnerability doesn't have to feel dangerous at the end of the day. All right. Uh, that's it. I mean, you didn't get the judgment card, but basically, like for Team Alice is coming back, it's to Claire, please. All right. How does S feel about me and the next actions? Hey, Tia 80. Let's go ahead. Let's tap into your energy. Hey, Sparkle 245. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Rachel, I wish you the best, Rachel. I know that you're going to be okay. All right, just get into some prayer. You got to get into some kind of spiritual practice. Nothing too out there. Nothing too. Don't get caught up with a whole bunch of the stuff. All right, don't get caught up with all the hype. Leave the big words, the noise. All right, you got to leave all that noise. There's a lot of things that you might not understand, and that might throwing off your frequency. All right. So get in a different. What I mean, that's your baseline, your music. There's something around you that you're not supposed to be doing at this time. All right. Hello from England. Hey, Sparkle. All right. So let's go ahead to how does S feels about me. Let's go ahead and see how your person feels about you and his next actions. No, let's just go and see how he feels about you, and that'll give me his next actions. Let's just stick with one message at a time, okay? Let's not try to figure everything out. This is not the energy for that. All right? This is the energy to start reflecting and setting those intentions for the next coming. All right? Reset. So nice and calm. All right? You're not going to get no clear answers right now. What you're going to do is get a reset. One more. Like I said, if you've been working for your partner for the last year, you should be reaping those rewards now. If not, then oof. All right? Don't make it so much harder. One more. Understand what that King of Swords is telling you. All right? He's all about evolution, change, and patience, that butterfly. All right? In its crystallization before it becomes a full grown from the caterpillar, the crystallization to the evolution of the butterfly. Takes patience. Could be 7 days. All right, let's see here. One more. You should be back to normal. One more. 2 weeks. One more. The swords represent weeks. Air. There's no movement. But I look at the energy, how the swords are held. All right. If they held, if they're on the floor, if they are grounded. Right. One more. Are they horizontal? One more. Thank you. One more. Wow, one more. See? One more. Thank you. Thank you. Always thank the King of Pentacles and the Temperance. Why? Why you say this? Why you ask this question? The King of Pentacles, The Sun and the Ace of Wands. What happened? They lost the spark because you got the Temperance. All right, the energy's calm. So the King of Pentacles is the energy's calm. So this is the energy that we are at right now. Okay, so basically, the energy is not more of a feeling. All right, he's been this, yeah, because this needs patience. All right, when you see, anytime that you see that, the energy is just calm right now. How long has he been distant? All right, because this get caught up in routine. The energy is the routine, my life, my stability. All right, so I need something more calm and stable. I don't know. You're fired. What's your energy like? What's your energy like? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, oof. I mean, and that energy should have bring you closer. Especially leaving the energy from the Virgo, refining love and shows it through helpful actions kind of energy, focuses on healing, all right? And of course, improving and my reliability. So leaving that energy, all right, how can I serve? How can I strengthen my relationship? And now that we in the Venus, all right, uh, energy when it comes to love, it balances love and it seeks harmony and fairness and mutual respect. So the focus here is on partnership, cooperation, and beauty. All right. How can I create a relationship where I can both not only survive, all right, thrive, but actually flourish with the person? All right. Venus and Virgo should have been perfecting your relationship, and in Libra, it's about harmonizing it. So you got to understand this energy. I told him I miss him. All right. But then what else? Just in the head a lot. Okay, wherever you get your information from, great. All right, we've been both focusing on securing jobs. All right, so then you have the conversation with him. All right, but when we have this, I believe the best time, only because I get the Sun here. All right, the Sun is in Leo and it's expressing the heart, what's in the heart here, and being honest, not bypassing the truth here. All right, so if they don't communicate that to you, all right, they could get caught up in routine here. That's what the energy, because if you haven't had that connection with them, all right. So then this right now, the Temperance is saying, not right now. You got to be patient with this energy, all right. Not right now. There's something that you did, because I think mostly, more likely than not, I hope if I get the Eight of Pentacles here, no, I get the World, all right. You gotta let something come to a full closure, all right. There's something or the dynamic in the relationship, all right. So what I see here, when the Sun goes in Virgo, all right, this is when you're gonna start seeing this thing. It's not gonna happen now, all right. This is you working towards this calm, this celebrated kind of the energy becomes calmer here, all right. There's nobody moving around. You see how the energy, the fire energy, all right, which represents the masculine part, all right. The mind is not so conflicted here. Let me see what's under here, all right. So the World card, of course, is a card of a new cycle that you finished one chapter successfully, and now you're moving into the next level. All right, there's a shift here, so timing is important here. New subscriber, what will the future be like? All right. So of course here, this energy, listen, everything blends together, become a mess. All right. So what's happening right now? And there's also this, I think but I haven't really checked it yet, so don't quote me on that. The last time I checked, Sagittarius energy, there was the black Lilith. All right, and that's a rebellion kind of energy. So understanding a little bit of what's happening in during the eclipse. All right, understanding the solar eclipse that's going to be happening in Leo. All right, when you start understanding the energy that it brings you, all right, you're going to remain calm during this phase. It's not the time to make no big decisions right now. All right, this one's calm. This is all about healing. All right, I'm not going to give you the same moderation crap. All right, but this is the angels. All right, the angelic realm is working in this connection. All right, you have divine guidance here. You have protection. You have healing. All right, this is about me protecting here. And when you understand a little bit more of what's happening, all right, so you might see a new revelation, or yeah, a moment of realizing that I can be without you, and they'll express that to you. It's not gonna happen now. You want things right now. I would have seen that here, but no. Look, all right. You understand it? Look, it's not going to happen like that. This is gradually. This is calm. Love is patient and calm. I did this already. Listen, I did this. We all go through different phases here. All right. You just try to remain calm. It's gonna work out. But when you get the moon, when you get the sun, this is integrating. All right, the sun is about illuminating your path. Remember that the sun brings us forward, and the moon holds us back here. So there's always a reset. These are moments of resets. All right. So you're entering a new phase. Okay, whether you like it or not. All right. And so you gotta just check out the solar eclipse new moon because it's a very significant moment, and that's going to be happening in the next 2 days. It's all about new identity, confidence, creativity, love, visibility, and the heart center, new beginnings here. So for the next 2 days, just relax. All right. This is all about clearing and preparation. All right. You don't want to don't make no make somebody choose, look for certainty. All right. This is energy. It's all about reciprocity, thinking bigger, and remembering who I am. All right. I speak from my heart. If not, I'm not gonna say anything. So quiet the room before the door opens. All right. If you don't do that, then you're gonna be like, wow, what happened here? All right. So expanding the themes of love in the upcoming eclipse is what it's all about. India Chavara. Hey, India. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Remember, the moon in Cancer is all about what? Emotional security, home and family, memories, attachments, healing the past, and listening to your intuition and deciding what still deserves emotional energy. All right. If you don't move this forward, all right, let the cycle complete itself. If you haven't, the universe does it for you because you didn't complete it. A lot of times we start something, we don't complete it. We get so caught up in looking at the stability, the money, the finances, the worry, my survival. All right. We get emotionally caught up. All right. This energy is about releasing, closure, and preparation. All right. Especially with 2 days away from the solar eclipse, new moon. All right. Don't force something forward. Clearing emotional space for what is about to begin. It's going to begin and you're going to be like, oh, what happened? All right. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that I helped you. Just relax. All right. Be patient. Everything's going to come together. All right. Close that out. That's what's clearing you. Hello. How are you? Hey, how are you, sweetie? New here. It's so nice to meet you. It's so nice to meet you. Oh, I like that. Hi. How are you? All right. What will my future be like? Your future wife? Siobhan 5724. Let's go ahead and see here. Not Don't force anything. I know that you guys started hearing that because this is what happened. And those eclipses are, especially the solar eclipses, that is exposing, all right? Bringing something to light, all right? Those are new beginnings, all types of taking the initiative, new jobs, ideas, creativity, inspiration, positive energy, growth, space. All right, it's gonna give you that space too for abundance, for changes. Those are eclipse magic. All right, bringing about change that creates potential, swift shifts, and intense transformative growth here. Okay, proud, confident, what's needed, what needs nourishment, positive energy, very determined energy. All right, so to understand that. And then we go into the lunar eclipse late in 2 weeks from the 12th. No, I won't tell you that now because I don't see that yet. When the sun comes out, it's a beautiful positive energy. One of the most positive energy because it is, of course, what is carrying us forward. All right. The sun says, "Allow me to carry you into the next phase." All right. And the moon is all about let's reassess something. Let's be receptive. Let's hold on a minute. All right. We don't have all the answers yet, and this is what's happening now. Even if you think, oh wow, what is happening right now? All right, you don't have all the answers yet. Well, we want things right away. It don't happen like that. Don't make no decisions right now. Okay. So it's all about, is this relationship balanced or am I doing all the emotional work? All right. Anyway, at the end of the day, Venus and Libra, of course, favors diplomacy, mutual respect, and equal exchange. But there also is a Venus Pluto trine this week. All right. It's gonna bring you very deep emotional and romantic connections. There's gonna be some beautiful stuff happening. All right. So just relax. Take your time for you. Understanding that you got the Temperance, one of the most beautiful, common energy. You know, if everything blends together, things got to be sorted out. All right, it'll be a mess. All right. So let God do what God got to do in your life, and you just relax and be mindful that we all are in this together. Okay, it's affecting each and every one of us, especially with the outer planets. All right, the inner planets are more personal. Okay, it hit us a little different. Okay, so let's go ahead to all my best to you, sweetie. Let me go. Who was is it? Was it Sparkle or was it? I forgot. Monet. India. Indra. Indra, are you here? Wait. All right, you're gonna be okay. You see, you're gonna be like, oh wow, I'm glad that I waited. All right, and that's the time to have those conversations. That's the time. Don't blame. Don't go try to rescue. Don't try to predict nothing else. Just calmly. We don't want it because our system is just so. We want to get things done now. When it feels calm, it feels like wow. We don't feel that high. Emotions, of course, are not high. All right, it's a low. All right. And emotions are part of your navigation system. You don't choose them, okay? They are just there. You just got to know how to navigate when emotions are really high and when they're really low, what to do. What do I do? I don't understand what's happening. But remember that every beginning has a new, all right? If you can't have a beginning without an ending. And so that's I think one of the hardest things for us to understand. Oh, I can't have it. No, you cannot have a new beginning without an ending. Absolutely not. All right? The beginning is the end, and the end is the beginning. It's just that simple. This is what we have to surrender the discipline and the surrender flow. Okay? We got to do that in balance. It's like we got the uterus, the never ending cycle is represented by the sign of the serpent that eats itself, no beginning, no end. All right? And boy, you're going to carry a lot of that weight, all right, for a long time. So understand, all right? So the absence of something is always the presence of something else. All right? Hey, Star Love, how you doing, sweetie? I'm doing all right. So, India, let's go ahead. The news. Subscriber. Hey, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Life Family. You are not only a subscriber, you're a family. What would my future wife will be like? Well, let's go ahead here. All right, let's step into your energy. Venus energy right now, is this relationship balanced or am I doing all the emotional work? All right. Sometimes, anyway, some of us want. Sometimes somebody wants to take the lead. Can two people lead the relationship? If you lead the relationship, are you going to be careful with my heart? You know what I mean? Are you? Can I trust you? So that the trust is not what we trust or what we think. Can I trust you? Can you take care of things? All right. I say a lot of people here on this um the ones that have been through it already, meeting your counterpart, not your twin flame, not your soulmate, your counterpart. All right, meaning that if you are a Cancer, if you haven't met your counterpart, which is Capricorn, there's lessons that you still got to learn, okay? Or some people can just, I'm okay with not meeting my counterpart. All right? So understand that. One more. And then you'd be like, oh my God, I came across for Cancers, I mean, a Capricorn. Wow. They're about to teach me some lessons, and it's going to be so beautiful. So for those of you that haven't met your counterpart, all right, what's at the other side of the coin, the other side of the wheel, all right? It's a reflection of you. One more. One more. And thank you. All right. Six of Swords. The King of Pentacles again. And the King of... Wow, all these kings here? Wow. What is going on here? You like 3 different people. All right, so you got to slow it down here because this one knows what he really wants. All right? So the balance here is, do you know what you really want? Look at this. No. What are you looking? What's going on? Look at your energy. Oh, sweat. Oh, sweat. Look at this. All right. I like moving forward here. So you're learning here. All right, those swords are with you, so that's your memories, your past, your nostalgic energies coming right as you move forward. All right, he's carrying the swords. They nice and upright. Okay, and so that means that it's calm, beautiful moving forward here. You're learning lessons here as you move forward. All right. There's still here some healing. All right, that needs to be done. But look at all these kings. Normally, this king knows what he wants. All right. Good morning, Alexandria. Come on, you got to stay with me. All right. When I read, you got it's both ways. So the wheel of fortune is, of course, now it's trusting in divine timing here. All right. So one of the things about the figures here that I would like to discuss here, all right, they do the work here, right? They read, they take inventory, they learn, all right. And so when we look at the centennial beings here that are occupying each domain, all right, you understand me? So right now the wheel is gonna move, all right, and so things are gonna work out in your favor. The problem is this. This is the problem here. Emotional. You are you're in a period of weighing your options, but you're emotional. You have to learn how to deal here with the undercurrents here because there's something about your emotions that you're not tapping into. Either you're running too much on masculine, a principle by the way, or you're running too much on feminine. All right. So I think that's the problem if you haven't really. But your wife is gonna be. It's not showing me here. All right. It's not showing me that. So the future is yet to be revealed anything right now. So which one are you? Which one do you like? What is basically the moment to reflect which one of you is the most important? Like what is the most important to you? All right, inspiration, emotional stability. What is what you wrestle with the most here? Because you have here to look to something to save here. All right, there's something here that you have to again here. So clearing something here. So you can invite this energy in. All right. So the wheel of fortune, we know cycles, fate, destiny. Destinies, can you walk with me? Can I stand alone while the universe, this recalibration happens, right? So we go from the 10 to 11. All right. At the end of the day, energy is also it's gonna feel like fate and meeting. We get fate's one, and after that, everything is about the choice that we need to make here. But you're showing up with so much multiplicity. All right. So are you sure that you're ready to have a relationship? All right, because you don't want to bypass the truth. All right, look, it's bringing you back to the five. You see this here? So you go here, you haven't here, you move forward. Remember that you got too much multiplicity here. There are things that you haven't really dealt with. So when you ask me, what will my future why be? What are the healing? Because you don't want to bring those patterns into your new relationship. All right. So most important is asking you to do something to look deep within yourself, and are you making room for what's about to come next? All right. Normally, it's not like the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is about making a decision because the energy can shift in days or a few weeks here. All right. But you have to this long term. So there's a decision that you have to make here. All right. So something could last for years. All right. Because this pentacle is about years. This is about days, and this is weeks, and this is months here, and then you go back to months. Not something temporary. You don't want something. If you want something long term, all right, you're gonna have to really, because what I don't see here is the King of Swords. All right. So you're through with making decisions, right? You want something steady. Your desire here, so things to start moving, and the universe is agreeing with you. Great, I have no problem with that. But this is you got to take care of this. All right. The universe is going to give you the desires of your heart, but what are you willing to do here? All right. There's a choice to make here. I got to make room. All right. But at the end of the day, working with who? With you. All right. It's all about you and what you really, really want out of life and love. All right. Not just asking, oh, what are your long-term plans here? All right. So how do you put your perspective here? All right. When I see this, that calm energy. Because a perspective is the way that a person understands, thinks about a situation, all right, idea or event, influenced by my experiences, beliefs, culture, knowledge, all right? Hey, 5137, how you doing? Thank you for the love. All right. Savage. Hey, Savage. All right. And so there's a lot of work that you need to do here. I don't like when I get that two. And when we all stay in the two of pentacles for too long. All right. I don't like it, but flexibility, all right? I don't like it. I mean, in love readings, of course, the two of pentacles suggests I decide to create balance while managing life demands. All right. So you may want love, all right? But it's like you always struggle with you know what you're struggling with? Responsibilities, emotions. So you choose not to decide something here. All right. When you choose exactly what it is that you want, it'll come to you. The universe is agreeing. Yes, you deserve the very best. I choose, right? It wants to give it to you, but you're the one that's holding you back. All right. You haven't made the decision. That's why I didn't get the King of Swords. All right. That'll complete the whole thing. Look at all the energy. Live. We are live. Look at this. Look at this gentleman here asking, what would my future wife be like? When you're also trying to juggle responsibilities, emotions, and decisions. You have to make that decision so you could close this cycle out. You can't do this no more. All right? All right? To balance love with the rest of your work, your family, your finances, your personal goals. You want to keep up a relation. This is not cheating. A lot of people don't really understand the Two of Pentacles. They really don't. And they miss out on a great relationship. All right? Because the one thing about the flexible flowing, rather than being pressure to make things work, even if it's taking the effort and keeping everything to enjoy a lighthearted connection that doesn't feel heavy or restricted here. So it's not necessarily a cheating card. All right. Men are looking the divine masculine, of course, and we share one consciousness. So that one consciousness, the masculine principle, it has no gender. You understand me? It's not a gender. That's what you think, but it's not. All right. So are you keeping Are you keeping options open and avoid making a firm commitment? All right. So you might be struggling to give the relationship your full attention. All right. There's something here. Are you stretching too thin? What are you doing? Because the universe is going to circle it back around. Oh, you got to take care of this. You moving forward. Make sure that you heal. All right. Because you can't take this garbage with you in the next relationship, and then you got carry that forward, and you feel like I'm healed, and you're not, because this person know exactly what I want. I know exactly, all right, what I want in my life, but not this. All right. So basically, the weighing of options here shows up, and the uncertainty about the future or between, all right, two priorities. All right. I want to adapt together through the life's ups and downs instead of giving up when challenges arise. The challenges are going to be part of life. So it might be something that you're going to have to go back and repeat again, or you did it already. Have you cleared? All right. This is what's clearing you. All right. The reset happens. All right. So the only one that's stopping you, because when I get the Five of Cups, it's the energy of have you grieved? You know, it's telling you to release, grieve, and there's a re-entry here with the Two of Cups. All right. I mean, even if you go choose to be with somebody else, you're still carrying around the you as you move forward. You haven't healed yet. This is why then you start carrying the swords. Right now, you're not carrying anything. You understand? You're carrying forward with the lessons. All right. So if you want things to start shifting for you, you're gonna get started. All right. If not, the universe gets you to do it anyway. It doesn't really matter because time waits for no one. All right. So right now is when you can start changing your perspective here. All right. And this card goes deeper than that. All right. I'm gonna really get into this card next week. So get ready for that. I want you to understand this card really, really, really deep. All right. And I'm getting that prepared so we could understand what we're gonna do with the animals. I have not tapped into the energy with the animal and the human here, the human figure here, the angel, and of course the eagle. What do they represent? All right, what do they got to bring? Whether this happened or not, you understand? But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. So basically, you got the Five of Cups. You go back to two, and it circles back again. You got multiplicity here. So learning how to have the balance and making the decisions. Once you make a decision, that's it. You cancel. Once you make the decision, the energy move. It unlocks time. It's not about unlocking time when you get this energy, and I'm going to teach that as well. All right, I know what I want, and I want to say it now. Make sure that you are preparing yourself. All right, because once it comes in, you lock it in. All right, and you will have to get it done here. whether you want it or not. It'll bring you back around. All right. So can you sit with uncertainty where things get when we move forward? All right. But that card is much deeper than that. I can't even to tell you the truth, I would just stop explaining that card because it's so deep. Once you break that card down, then everything moves forward. Decide, choose. All right. When you make a choice, it cancels everything else out. You have to make that choice. All right. That's why the King of Swords didn't show up there. All right. So if you want this, right, because this is what you're looking for. All right. You want emotional reciprocity. You want like a God-fearing woman. All right. You want somebody that's kind, compassionate, understanding. All right. But you're gonna have to. It's like telling a guy, say, oh, you haven't worked on yourself, and you want somebody that's whole, complete. Come on, nobody's really perfect. All right. If you could adapt to at least two of the principles of those kings, then I say, yay, right? Don't expect, you always welcome miracles, blessings always, all right? But be able to, whatever the universe, okay, this is what the universe is sending me. It's not perfect, right? I hope that helped you, all right? So, when you understand the Wheel of Fortune, all right, then I think things will start moving. It don't lock time. Right now, you're locked in time because you haven't made the decision. All right? So that's what's going to clear you with the Wheel of Fortune. I didn't get the moon, so there's no confusion. You shouldn't be confused about nothing. If not, I would have got that moon. All right? So get to it. Next question. Get to it. You're going to do the work. It's going to force you to see the reality of your past. All right? So this is emotional healing. The time right now is emotional healing with that moon in Cancer. There's something about the past that you haven't healed. All right. There's memory, there's attachments, and this energy. Take the time to listen to your intuition and heal something of the past. Go back to a timeline. Write it out. Send it out. Burn it. Burn it. Write it. Burn it out. Release it. All right. Go. Because you will carry that into you and you stay stuck in that darkness. All right. And so I'm going to leave it there. Everybody wants to be magically saved. They want, but they haven't released nothing. You got to release. All right? This is not about come save me. No, this is not for this energy. Do the work. If you don't know it, you left clues in the elements. All right? And you go search. Anybody else has a question? All right, go ahead. As we move this energy forward for today, Monday, Mindful Monday, be mindful of the energy that you're sending out, what you're committing to, if you get overcommitted. All right, have some follow through. We can have potential, but it has to be some follow through. All right, because everything's going to trigger you. You haven't dealt with the things that you're going through, and you're going to bring that, release, and begin. Rest, release, and begin. All right? Stop holding on to the energy. Whether it's resentment, it's something that you haven't completed. Like 14, it's Alistair coming back to Claire. Please, Sparkle. Hey, Sparkle. All right? A lot of times, I can't handle the truth that right now, and I get it. Need guidance and love and life. Hey, Marjorie. Oh, hey, Nika. Nika, right? Is it Nika? Marjorie Nika? Is it Nika or Nika? That's my daughter's name. Not Marjorie, but yeah, that's how she spells Nika. 93. She was born in 90. So how old are you? 32? 32, 33, 93? All right. Sparkle, let's go ahead with your energy. Let's see what's going on. Nikao. Oh, Nikao. Oh, okay, because I thought that was, okay, that's a I thought it was a 093. I thought it was 093. Who's part of the 36912? I'm going to get you to that energy. Who is part of, let me know if you know what the 36912. Let me know, comment down below. So let's go ahead. Sparkle, did I put it? Okay. Alistair, is Alistair coming back to Claire? Let's find out, yes or no. Remember, we have the new moon solar eclipse arriving on the 12th. You're standing right at the threshold. All right? Nikao. Am I pronouncing it right? One more. Stop agreeing with every energy that you see. Just stop agreeing with it. No, that's not for me. No, I don't suffer from depression. No, I'm not going through that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna go into anxiety. No, 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 no. Thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Stop agreeing with that. Stop looking at so much energy. One more. Thank you. One more. One more. Is he coming back, Claire? Yes. No. One more. One more. One more. One more. 10 of Wands. So yeah, they're just putting things on hold right now. But yeah, he comes back. The hero returns back here. All right. So right now, the 10 of Wands, you might be carrying the weight. You're not carrying the responsibility, the burden. You're carrying the weight. There's something that happened here. But one of the things I like about the Four of Swords, that's the energy for right now. This is the reset right now before we move forward. All right, and that's the energy that you're gonna be seeing most likely than not. And so you got weeks here. Okay. So the energy of the tarot energy today, of course, is the Four of Swords, which is here, the Death and the Fool. All right, that's what the energy you're gonna be seeing. The Fool. I'm surprised, but we get the Tower in your case. All right. So of course, the 10 of Wands is a card of. This is clearing for you to change the dynamic. He's been very distant. How long has he been very distant? All right. No, you're welcome. How long has he been distant? 10 days or 4 weeks, a month? This is giving me 10 days, a week, a month here. All right. So somebody feels this is all about clearing the emotional stagnation here and get somebody to be more open, more receptive. All right. So whatever period you're going through with your person, I don't see no pentacles there, but this is all about clearing something that was not sustainable for you. 4 weeks, all right, because it's here. All right. So you're gonna wait here because what is clearing is are my efforts being wasted here? Okay. So what are you feeling now? Are you gonna be continue to pour energy? I believe so. All right. I've had a strong connection. How do you feel the strong connection? Like what happened? Look, I'm not here to kill the magic and understand that you're gonna fall in love, and that's beautiful. All right. And when we love somebody, we want to be with them as long as we can. All right. Let me see what. Yeah, and you love. I want to be good to her. Exactly. Look, accountability for things that I have done, and always make sure that that person they know about accountability. All right. So as we clear this space here and we invite new energy, all right, we have to understand that some things we don't want to bring the heaviness of the relationship. Nobody wants that. That's very good for you. Exactly. I don't. I was thinking I don't want to put no baggage on my new lover, and get the word lover. Get the word lover. Get the word lover. Get that word out of your vocabulary. Out of your vocabulary. All right. Get that. That's the word right there, lover. All right. Uh, I want to be good to her. I took. All right. No lover. It's a partnership. All right. It's my new romantic partner. Somebody that you share mutual feelings with, values. Okay. Because that card, the lover's card is not just a card of love and romance. It's a card of values. All right. Between my instincts and what I really, really value. All right. What has value. All right. Things I hadn't done and it made me go from good to greater. All right, so get the word lover out of you. If you do that quicker, the quicker you do it, because it's not forever. They'll be your lover forever. All right. Then why he went distance here? All right. Listen, I tell people when they come in here, tell me what you did. All right. Because what is showing me here with the 10 of Wands. All right. I'm releasing the burden here of carrying the relationship. or the one that I hope, the hope that I had for one. There was one relationship here, all right? I'm carrying something all by myself here, all right? So what clears here for you or for them is the emotional exhaustion, or the exhaust. I got a heavy accent, okay? Of course, over giving and feeling like love has to be hard work. It invites healthier. It's gonna invite a healthier balance here, all right? You got to understand what's happening here. And this reset, this is what this reset is all about. All right. So I didn't see any regrets. I didn't see any regrets like the young, the guy that we just had. That's the Five of Cups is here. All right. Yeah. Patience, waiting. All right. So right now, the energy is calling. Let me see. And then we go to the Eight of Swords. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. Well, that's something else because the Eight of Swords is all about limiting beliefs about love and breaking them. All right. So they are limiting beliefs about love. And of course, I'm not enough. I always be alone. Nothing changes. Those, you got to let these lose their grip. All right? No, not right now. No, don't move on right now. This is the part. We want to move on so quick. All right? Nothing ever changes. Those are going to start. You got to let, these things are going to start losing their grip on you. All right? This is why it's all the way down here. And then you can start planning again. There's a re-entry. All right? You got to let this tower has to happen for the one part. All right? So you can start rebuilding. Was it's trust? All right? Whether it's trust, because there's something about the between the masculine principle and the feminine principle. All right? There's somebody doesn't allow something to happen. Okay? And we're going to see what it is. All right? If you said nothing ever changes, or, you're going to be stepping out of that mental prison and become more open to new possibilities. Or they are. There's something new here. But I won't make that, not right now. All right? I'll always be alone. There's something here. Although I didn't see the ace. I always like to see ace with this new beginning. But the fool is just as powerful because of his optimism. All right? When you get the fool and when you look at the energy here, all right, you got to understand the active principle. So we have an active principle. The full masculine take the steps to explore and initiates. And the receptive energy integrate the feminine principle here. Trust life and remains open to new experiences. So it's all here. All right. It's there. So when I look at it, that's the masculine and the feminine side to this card here. All right. I trust life and I remain open to experience it, because you have to be receptive and integrate to reintegrate the feminine principle. All right. So when we look for active, directive, and receptive integrating principles in every card, that makes it things more rich in your life. When you start to understand it, I don't know if I should move on and find someone else. Listen, that's up to you. You're still gonna have to learn a lesson here, right? I don't know whether it's communicating. I don't know if you don't want to accept something. There's something that you're not seeing. We got the 0, and the zeros are all about discipline and surrender. All right, and of course, the beginning can happen without endings. So an ending always followed by a new beginning. So you see it over here. And one thing that we always share in the virtual circle of life is hope. What sits at the most emotional, optimistic person, all right, is hope. Hope is there, all right? As long as you see the fool, it's always a re-entry, all right? So if you feel like, and one thing about the sun is right behind, all right? And of course, another clarity, vitality, all right? The swords are here, the swords are down, okay? And of course, this is analyzing, responding. After I analyze, all right, because I'm perceiving what my mind is perceiving, I'm analyzing, and then I'm going to respond later, all right? So if you feel like this person is just a one-night stand, you communicate with them, the sun comes in and says, hey, consciousness, the light, right? And so it expresses this through will, fire. So understand there, and this is what it brings to you. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there for you. I hope that you understand the message here. I don't know if I should move on. Now with this energy, because I see something is clear for something new. All right? It's clearing. Yeah, when you move, and then when they come back, you'll be like, oh, I'm already with somebody. Then you couldn't wait. Damn, I got to figure things out here, Then when you move on that quick, and you're still going to meet the same problem with the same people. It doesn't matter. All right? Because you completed one cycle here. Remember, we have 4. We go through 4 different cycles, major ones in life. Good morning, Sunflower. Wait it out. All right. You might hear from them soon. Maybe in the next 5 days. All right. You got days here. This was the first card. I like this because things just relax. It's not everything. Everything doesn't remind. It doesn't require immediate. All right. And especially what we got. So wait, yeah, you got the Seven of Pentacles. All right. And then this is gonna start loosening script. It could be on their behalf. All right. Understand that a lot of times being the good guy. There's somebody that was really good. All right. So the good guy image. It could be the good guy image. This is how I'm supposed to behave. Knowing your mental maps. There's something that doesn't fit where you want the relationship to go. It could be a view. It could be a value. There's something about the dynamic or the values that you guys have and how the relationship should evolve. Wonderful what you do on your channel. Thank you, sweetie. All right, not right now. If I didn't see this energy here and was clearing the way for something more authentic, all right, especially with Leo's energy, all right. If you don't see the changes after that, because once the energy moves into the sun, and of course Mercury moves into Virgo, then the whole energy changes. The energy is not available for that. All right, it's not available. I guarantee you that. All right. So right now, don't do nothing right now. If you feel like you're a solo gardener, it's because you're learning something. You're learning to trust more, to stand more on your own. All right. It's gonna go both ways. All right. I deal with something higher, the divine. Okay, the intelligence of this wonderful, incredible God that's so powerful with the vast of consciousness. All right, with the vastness. So yeah, let's tap into higher. Spirit for me is just I look at what is that word? I don't understand that word. I'm sorry. All right. So get higher, elevate. Come on. You gotta expand. We expanding here. We got Jupiter and Leo. All right. We got that energy popping in Leo, and it's all about bigger. Think bigger. Even though you don't understand right now, but you will because you are connected to such an incredible, powerful, all-knowing, all-powerful God. And when you understand that you carry that same energy with you, you'll be like, wow, I didn't know that my body was so incredible. All right? You'll be blown away. All right? And of course, take some time to surrender some of the aspects of all. All right? Because when you're busily working and you cannot surrender, you cannot connect. All right? You're constantly thinking, or, you're on the masculine principle. All right? You got to let the feminine ease. Come on, feminine. All right, I'm going to let you do because you're receptive, and then you could integrate, and then you could move forward. And some people, they perceive the sun as a more of a feminine. Those people that get polarized, I don't try to do that here. All right? I'm pretty sure you heard that. All right, yeah, the sun is feminine, right? I'm pretty sure you guys heard that too. I don't even entertain that notion. I know we got to light, dark, and we move through those two principles, all right? And we start understanding that it's a reflection of our own consciousness. Oh, I'm a miniature of the cosmos, all right? So that could be very overwhelming when we understand the sun at its core and the moon, the emotional nature, all right? And how the outer planets, Neptune, Pluto, spiritual, it's all about those transformative layers. You are in one energy. You are the whole solar system, all right? When you've been activated, Pluto, transformation, Saturn, maturity, energy, all right? Do you know your sun and your moon energies? So basically, understanding that you're literally made of the elements forging the stars, all right? That begins with the carbon in your body, all right? The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones. Those were created in the ancient stellar explosions long before our sun existed. So in that sense, you are cosmic matter rearranged. Okay, and of course, you know that your body, gravitational, the moon affects tides, and it certainly affects our biological rhythms. Your body runs on cycles. Circadian, hormonal, seasonal, which are tied to planetary motions. You live inside a cosmic system, all right? So that depends on your belief. That's why I say your belief is so important, of course, all right? And planet for me is Neptune in my chart. All right, so you look at you look at your pineal gland, all right, in your chart, all right. So depending on the house, it's a complicated system, but once you break it down, it is easy for you to understand. So what we try to do is learn ours. All right, let me learn my chart, and sometimes takes years. All right, we try to take in so much because it's all about the time. I don't have enough time. I want to go ahead and that's one thing. We gotta be patient. Once you get here, those sevens, of course, are learning lessons, spiritual points here. Because in love, of course, love shouldn't feel like a solar garner. So the message and advice here, uh, are you waiting or are you questioning now the relationship that you're in? You don't rush the harvest. If something is healthy, it needs time. So then you look at it, man. It was healthy. I was so close to the person. The energy here is tragedy. So basically, patience is going to be your strategy here. All right. So if something, you don't rush it. If something is healthy, you got to understand what this energy is about. Because if something is healthy, it needs time. Patience, not pressure. All right. Check on the return of the how much you invest emotionally. Are you the only one watering the connection? You got to look at that. All right. The card is less about the results. All right. So it's of the observing your patterns, not the promises. All right. Don't overinvest or force the growth here. All right. More effort doesn't guarantee more love. Sometimes space creates clarity here. You got to understand the energy because, of course, the Seven of Pentacles is about evaluating after the effort. And in love, that means that you already given time. You showed up. You planted the seeds, obviously. All right. Now pause. Not to quit, not to chase, but to assess. All right. If your person, what is your person doing here? Are they willing to invest? All right. So you have to soften your intensity and shift into observation. It's telling you there. All right. Because sevens are mental, spiritual pressure points. All right. Do you actually believe what you've been building here? All right. The Seven of Pentacles is not a dramatic passion or fantasy. It's not that fantasy. Once you understand the Seven of Pentacles, if you can understand any any other card, understand. All right. I had to learn this for myself. I had to learn this for myself. So this is why I'm telling you. It works if you be patient. If you be patient. If not, you go to the next person, it's gonna bring you right back. And then you're gonna be like, oh my God, just the one I thought it was better over there. This is why a lot of people they come back, they say they think the grass is greener on the other side. That has its own challenges. If you invest it here, then just telling you to wait. And you see if the investment is not being returned, then you move forward. All right? Time is going to tell you, it's going to give you the clues and the keys. But the only right now, when you get the four, it's rest, reflect. Don't add no more pain. Don't add no more. This is not adding more. All right? Huh? And this is what I'm here. Of course, this if not what am I doing here? Okay, I'm glad that you understand it. Yeah, you're growing. You got to think bigger. You thinking you got to understand. Your energy, your black matter, you made from the stuff in the universe. Electron, proton, neutrons, quantum. You are part of this intelligent field. There's no way that you're going to say, oh, I don't have no power. Man, get out of here. Come on, no. You're not going to go into no depression. Ain't none of that's going to happen. You're going to step into your power. You are that portal. You are that door. All right? You got to claim some things, man. You got to say, nah, man, this is not the way it goes. All right? If you already invested, then you watch for the return. All right? And so that's just the way it works here. You remember that you get tested the most when you're ready to elevate. You're not going to break. Get ready to elevate. All right? It's about to rain magic. You got to believe. You got to understand something bigger. Wow. All right? When you get triggered, all right, there's going to be positive changes. All right? If it's healing that you want, those things are coming. Be patient. All right? After that, all systems go. All right, now you can move. What are you doing? That energy is not available anymore. It's like I said when I started the life. When you go and take your bath, you don't use that same water. That's how energy is. You drain it down and it's gone. Bye-bye. All right. There's a lot of different shifts happening. All right. And so wait. And if you don't see the return in a couple of days after this eclipse is happening, and then 2 weeks later, because then we're gonna enter into that Pisces lunar eclipse, emotional release, spiritual reflection, increasing my intuition and compassion. All right, so we go from the Leo eclipse, courage and expression. All right, more authentic self. What Pisces is all about, surrender. One no longer supports that authentic path. And you start unlocking these things, and you'll be like, oh, wow, I have more power than I thought. All right, it's all about elevation, coding in your mind. All right, gratitude starts with going over your mind, everything that I'm grateful for. All right, what is happening. All right, what you have now. All right, and understanding the cycles. All right. Let that fire purify you, illuminate, and transform your heart. All right? So know yourself. Know yourself. Get to know yourself. Mind your thoughts. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I want to take a quick break. This is why Mindful Mondays are so important. All right? You got to believe, yeah, you got to believe in something bigger than them, but start believing in yourself and what your dreams are telling you. All right? Now, I'm not even going to say some things here. I'm going to discuss this card and what it really means. All right? She doesn't add no more pain, and depending how the swords are. All right? This is half of this card. You don't add no more pain. You don't bypass your truth. You know, one thing about tarot, the tarot system, it honors your process. All right, you have to. You don't add no more pain. All right, you don't jump into the 10 of Cups right away. It's honoring it's honoring what you're going through, your journey. If not, you're gonna meet it with somebody else. All right, everything's working out for your highest good, and you go, hey, oh, let me go move forward. All right, I've been through it. I've been through it. I'm gonna share my story here, and I was like, wow, how the hell long this is gonna take? Man, I was like, oh my God, I want to give up. Oh my God, I can't take it. Oh God. Oh, I can't take it anymore. Man, now tell me, my question is to you, is your person your counterpart? Is your person your counterpart? Is your person your counterpart? Oh, thank you so much for the, thank you. Thank you guys for the sparkles. Thank you for the sparkles. I didn't see them on here. All right. So now is your person your counterpart? Why is it very important to know that? All right. So I understand if your person is your counterpart, but I'm going to discuss this card here. All right. We're going to get into that card. I'm going to take a quick break. I gotta go nourish my throat. I'm going to go eat some fruit. I'm going to go recalibrate a little bit. All right. So what is your counterpart? Hey, Marie. Hi, Marie Revuzzo. Revuzzo. I love that name, Revuzzo. There's some words that I can pronounce. So then, Alexandria, Chris. Hey, hello, Alexandria. You're welcome. But I want to know something here. Do you know your counterpart? Is this your? What is your sign? And then tell me your person's sign, and then I'll tell you if that's your counterpart. All right. But then we're gonna look at the card here because it's very important. I'm gonna just give a small, very small. All right. And looking at the card there, because it's a very complex. Once you don't understand that, once you start to understanding that, between that card and the Wheel of Fortune, that'll start. You start having those shifts. All right, because she's there. Those things. She doesn't pick up the sword and fight. All right. The solution is not to add more force, more argument, or mental struggle. All right, because it's already an overload of mental air principle there. All right. So her first is becoming aware. All right. So basically right now, trying to solve the mind with even more mental struggles because the receptive principle, it pauses. All right. And it observes and it questions and becomes aware. All right. And so realizing the situation isn't exactly as the mind has defined it. And then you have the active principle. Once the active principle returns to this energy, it makes a conscious choice and then it moves differently. And I'm going to explain a little bit about that. All right. So what is it? What she said? I was feeling that. All right. Let me see. I'm guessing I had to, if I had a person that was never told her birthday on. Oh, okay. No, that's the first thing that you asked. All right. And Aries. So that's the whole thing that you are Gemini. You are Gemini. You Gemini and he's Aries. The Aries. That's the problem right there. That's not your counterpart. That's not your counterpart. Your counterpart is Sagittarius. At the other side of the wheel. You are part of the what I call the 3, 6, 9, 12. That is your domain. Those are the underdogs of the zodiac. They neither start nor finish. They're right at the middle. They're the one that edit things. They're the one that look at it. But let me see how I can make this different. All right. So that's the problem, right? One of the things right there. They are another mirror to your soul. All right. So if you haven't met that yet, all right, that could be a possibility in the future. All right. So unless you've been through that already. Now you explain. You give me a little bit of that. All right. And then I'll help you as we move forward here. You understand? I was with an Aquarius and I'm an Aquarius. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. An Aquarius and Aqua. I know a lot of Aqua that stay married. Actually, 2 people that I know, they both Aquarius. All right, but you could have different moon, and of course your Mercury could be different. Your Venus. All right. He was mean. Oh yeah, he didn't drink. I bet you if he drank, he wasn't mean. I bet you. Oh man, and I wonder why they like that. He did, but he was happy when he drank. He was happy. He was ooh wee. uh, let me see what happened here. Let me see, guys. Let me see. Let me see what you said. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read. Man, wait a minute. It's going too quick. Oh man, I like to take a lot of time. So he was mean. He did. And do you have any Pisces? Yes, yes, I do. I'm a Pisces with a Sag and one before. Well, a star lover, you're gonna meet you have you met your counterpart? Let me introduce. All right, let me introduce you to Virgo. Let me introduce you to Virgo. That's what I want to do. Let me introduce your counterpart. All right. And so understand the Eight of Swords here. I gotta get into the awakening, the consciousness first. I believe I went through this whole energy. All right, star lover. Let me introduce you to Virgo. All right, prisoners of God's wrath and war. Who is this coming in here? You think that's who you are. You just becoming housed to a certain area as you tarot reader did to one woman in America. Sits here and watches. Oh, okay. All right. You're having a mental breakdown. All right. You having go ahead and be okay. I wish you the best. A new person I like, and she is a Taurus. Oh, she's a Taurus. And what are you? What are you? What are you? What is your energy? Virgo throwing Capricorn to hell. Virgo's gonna throw Capricorn. Virgo's go. All right. What is going on with this person? What is this? The wrath and what? What have you been watching? People really, people. Mental health is so important. Oh, so you're Gemini with Taurus? Okay, that is good. That is around your neighborhood. That's the first quadrant houses. So you got one, two, three. So that's good for you. Anything in the threes, it's telling you right there. Anything in the threes is good. You'll be able to be more relatable. All right, and then anything in your 3, 6, 9, 12. All right, because you could do Sagittarius very easy. You're not my person. I know. I know that. All right, coming after my home pig. See what happens. All right, we got to get this idiot out of here. Now I could get to just block you, hide this person here. When mental, the mind is, man, when we get, when we get indoctrinized, you know, this is what happens to the mind, man. It's sad. All right, it's sad what I see here. It's sad. It's sad. But unfortunately, we let me see what happens here. All right. Yeah, it's okay. No, I don't even bother. Let me go turn my AC. I'm gonna take a quick break. I feel that he wanted someone else from he is for take your time. Take your time when you text. I feel that he wanted someone else from the he is going for a Sagittarius. Hold on, let me turn. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm sweating over here. Let me take a quick break, and I gotta get my charger. I gotta charge the phone. I got the charity phone. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna take a quick break. Let me go recharge my. little pieces of pineapple. I don't think I'm going to be showing my food anymore. Orange, you have to see it. Baby, baby, baby. Align yourself with the wisdom of the universe. All right? Everything will fall into place. Things will start popping up for you. My thing is how to remain calm in the moments of uncertainty. All right? Just don't hear the message. A lot of times we want to hear the relief. Oh, I'm so happy it's over. All right? And it's far from over. We always need... Hold on a minute. I'm gonna pause here. Oh, okay. I see what you say. I Gemini, my stickers of Virgo. Oh, what happened to my... Oh, what happened here? Something froze. No. I think my energy... Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? I can't scroll down. I don't know why. Oh, there you go. I scroll down. Oh, wow. My 3 is Sag, and my house 6 is Pisces, and my 9 is... Yeah. Yeah, that's how it works. And my 12 is Virgo, so I wanted to understand. All right. You're 3, 6, 9. So what's your sign? All right. I go by the sign. I don't do the houses yet. All right. Because everybody has their own different... Thank you if you guys are giving me... Thank you for the stickers. I'm new to this sticker thing. So I thank you in advance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. I appreciate it. All right. So when I do... Listen. When I do for... Man, my thing is getting stuck. Hold on, my thing is getting stuck. All right. When I do the houses and the quadrant houses, and I'll give you your correspondent, but I need to know your full chart. All right. That is not a 1, 2, 3 thing. All I know is that I'm part of the 3, 6, 9, 12. All right. I'm gonna leave it there without giving so much because it'll confuse you. All right. I will have to bring down my Roby chart. So with Or and I reconcile. Let's go to I'm Taurus, Gemini, right on the cusp. Oh, okay. Oh, that's why. Okay. So you're Taurus and Gemini. You got a little bit of both, so you got a lot of work to do. All right? Because you represent what? Sustainable. All right? You represent the material and, of course, the mental. So between those realms. All right? So you work between those realms. It's easy for you to have that balance between that. So you don't be too much on your mind. Because your grounded energy is what's helping you. All right? But how not to be so much. Man, that's a beautiful combination. So to see how everybody has their own different yeah, you do. Yeah. And that's what helps you not get carried away with a lot, but you still get here. All right? Okay, let me, who was here before? I don't know. I came back because I wanted to talk about the awakening of consciousness. All right? I want to keep symbolism very sophisticated, by the way, and when we start becoming more aware of the mental patterns there, because the feminine, you got to understand something about the feminine. The feminine receptive principle. It could facilitate that awakening, but isn't a separate feminine consciousness, all right? Consciousness awakens through receptivity and then redirects the mind through conscious action here, all right? Star Lover, I'm a Pisces, Sun, Aquarius, Moon and Cancer rising. Oh, Cancer rising. All right. So who else we start? Because you got the eight, right? The eight of swords came out for you later on. Later on, so you start to awakening. But you're gonna have to learn how to stop treating the masculine and feminine as two separate consciousness. All right. So we have the unconscious, we have the subconscious, and we have the conscious mind. Okay. So there are three layers of the mind right there. And when you don't understand your unconscious, is the things that you're not aware of. Your subconscious is what downloads all the information that you learned from my childhood, all the experiences, everything that you. So you have a library. It's called your subconscious. So a lot of the patterns that we repeat is because your subconscious needs some updating. Your map. We got a little map of consciousness here when we when we look at these cards. All right. I'm an Earth dragon in my Chinese sign. Oh, cool. All right. So, but understanding and observing, sensing, and allowing, all right? Because in the Eight of Swords, the feminine principle, the receptive awareness is observing, sensing, and allowing yourself to recognize what is happening. But your masculine principle, which represents the swords, which separates, all right, is the active direction. It analyzes, is deciding, and is structuring, and is taking the action once it structures, once it understands that. Gemini, Libra rising, Pisces moon. I'm also a dragonfly. Oh, how cute. Cool and cute at the same time. All right. But my most important thing here is for you to start understanding. All right. So you could start understanding the tarot system from a higher level of consciousness between different lenses. All right. Because then you could start seeing this card. They're gonna start behaving for you like little maps of consciousness. Because the Eight of Swords, it says that receptivity enters, okay, once you stop analyzing everything, okay, because you got to be able to be in the receptive, receiving information, and this is stopping you from receiving information because you probably felt like this is the only way that I have to survive through my own. There's an old identity that you have to get rid of here, all right? Because receptive and integrated, all right, they're describing two stages of the same symbolic principle, all right? So receptive means consciousness that can take, it could take something in without immediately acting on it. Information, emotion, intuition, experience, and sensations here, all right? Integration means consciousness then absorbs and processes what I receive, allowing it to become understanding, all right? So you receive, you reflect, you integrate, and you understand, and then you decide, you direct, and you express. All right? So let's just say that somebody criticizes you. The active principle might immediately want to respond. It wants to defend, and it wants to explain or correct. So if they haven't answered yet here, all right? I love how you teach us. Thank you, thank you. This is all for your highest good here. All right? So your receptive principle says, before I respond, let me hear what was said to me. You understand this, and once you understand the energy, everything breaks it from here. Because then once you get to the Nine of Swords, eventually, everything is horizontal. Everything's been laying across. Now you start thinking, you start ruminating. And that's what's happened. But when you learn how to integrate, all right, that means that your consciousness then absorbs and processes what I receive. It's going to allow you to become more understanding. You got it? All right? You're going to be, no, man, please. I mean, this is, and the question is, why does this happen? This is why we have these eclipses. All right? This is why the Leo solar eclipse, all right, it is all about opening and refining the heart. You have to get into the heart. The flames is there. All right? Your heart is magnetism. How to manifest using the power of your heart. But remember, everything starts in the mind. So if your mind is clouded with so much, and especially, look, this card goes on and on and on. I would like to explain it, especially for those of you that don't understand the receptive principle that says, before I respond, let me hear what was actually said to me. All right? Let me hear what was actually said to me. All right? And then you decide. And this is going to, she doesn't pick up the sword and fight her own mind. That's a struggle there. All right? You're no longer carrying anything. All right? So basically, and at my naiveness, I would say you're too shallow because those are puddles. You understand me? There's very little emotion there. Okay? So understanding the integration, because then integration is going to ask, Is any part of this is true? What does this bring up in me? And can I learn from it? All right. Only after that does the active principle, all right, returns and say, okay, now how do I want to respond to what was said to me? Okay, because this source represents the active principle. Okay. And so when you start to understand integration is so important, receptivity isn't simply being passive. You're metabolizing the experience into understanding. All right. So maybe some of you got a slow metabolism. All right. So eating foods that are get your metabolism going is important. All right. Eating a lot of veggies, fruits, a lot of water. All right. And so understand that the Eight of Swords, especially, she doesn't immediately grab a sword because her first task isn't necessarily action. She needs to receive new information and integrate, all right, a different perspective about the situation. All right, let me see this differently. Now I can move differently. All right. So then there goes the distinction between passivity and receptivity, because passivity can mean doing nothing. Receptivity means being open enough to discover what your next action should actually be. Okay. It is a little bit confusing, but once you start to understand, all right, those principles, you don't choose neither one of them. All right, you emerge something new in you. All right, you have the capacity to have a different state. You operate from a different state of consciousness because we move between states. All right, and when you start, you understand little by little. You're not gonna get everything right away. All right, so you give yourself to understand the different layers of the mind. All right, so you can have a more grounded awakening. All right, you don't want to stay all up there. All right, so understand the consciousness and the mind communicates largely through the words conscious, but the unconscious often expresses itself through images, dreams, and emotions. Okay, and that's the one associated with of course, your instincts. All right, and so yeah, little by little you start to awaken and you start to understand yourself when you're awakening in consciousness and you become aware of your own mental patterns. All right, so you start moving different. All right, because a lot of times with this energy here, who has been trying to do the right thing here, right? Because they follow the rules, they avoid hurting other people, they take responsibility, they try to keep the peace, but they build too much discipline here. All right, although those are good qualities here, the challenge is that over time those same good qualities can become overly developed here. All right, if I've been trying to do the right thing, the way I behave, all right, because a lot of times when we become overdeveloped, and then strength becomes a limitation. All right, responsibility becomes self-sacrifice, and discipline becomes rigidity. All right, the Eight of Swords can symbolize, yeah, this is a good person, all right, who has become trapped by an outdated version of what it means to be good. All right, I'm not saying to be bad or nothing. I'm just saying that this is about becoming trapped by an old identity that once kept you safe. All right. And so so sometimes basically the growth isn't about becoming better. It's about updating who you believe you have to be. All right. We all deal with this energy. All right. Who you believe you have to be. And so of course the invitation of the Eight of Swords is not simply to escape, but to gain clarity. All right. And as your perception is going to change here. All right. So those change of imprisonment is going to begin to dissolve. All right. So moving from mental captivity to mental liberation here. All right. So you could teach the mind here how to build defenses, rather than right, because you feel like, man, everything's moving good, all my past experiences, and what you could teach the mind that those defenses remain long after the danger, because there's no danger here. All right. And if we go into the psychological, in the psychological terms, the mind creates mental models to help us navigate life, and those models are incredibly useful. But when we stop updating them, they can become a cage instead of your guide. All right, that's why the bindings here are ropes, not chains. All right, the prison is not necessarily made of physical barriers, but your perception. Okay, it could be also fear or fixed beliefs. All right. So as your understanding grows at the end of the day, those binds can begin to loosen. All right? I'm going to leave it there so you can start understanding that your mind is not broken. It just needs new information, updated, to update your mental map and discover your past that were there. They there, but you can't just see them yet. All right? Remember that good people, they update their map. All right? And wisdom isn't staying on the same road forever. It is knowing when the route no longer leads you where your soul is trying to go. All right? So a lot of us, kindness becomes people pleasing, discipline becomes rigidity, caution becomes fear, loyalty becomes staying too long where growth has already ended. All right? So your GPS is asking, hey, you got to update me. All right? You got to update me. I need an update. And then you say to yourself, man, why does this happen? You know, because a lot of times too much structure can be one reason, but the other reason, it happens when the mind, whose job is to protect us, becomes overly protective. Your mind becomes overprotective here, right? And this can happen when too much structure, too much rules, routines, or beliefs that once kept you safe become rigid and start limiting growth. All right? I have a fear of making a mistake. My mind keeps imagining what could go wrong. All right? So taking action is going to feel dangerous to you. All right? So understanding a little bit and outdate the story that you continue to believe, what was once true but no longer fits who you are. Too much analysis keeps the mind searching for certainty and creates analysis paralysis. So understanding this card is very, very deep. And the advantage that I have here, that I could get to, how are you, that I could teach this and you could learn. You start to awaken. Because the masculine principle, all right, is active, and the feminine principle, this is not active, right? This is not active. And the feminine principle is receptive. So, of course, the mental structure of the swords is active, but the figure needs to observe, recognize that structure before she can consciously redirect herself. All right? So I'm going to give a simple formula in the next couple of weeks. All right? So you can start to understanding when you're reading the conversation between receptivity, all right, and action inside the human experience. That's at the end of the day. That's what you're basically looking at. All right? So the fascinating part about this principle can become healthy or distorted. And, of course, the Eight of Swords, a healthy, active mind, all right, says, let me analyze the situation and choose a direction. But an overextended active mind, he is overextended. I have to analyze everything so much that my conclusions have became a prison, all right? So, yeah. And one thing about the masculine principle here, the feminine principle doesn't have to fight the masculine principle. It reveals what the masculine mind couldn't see while it was too busy constructing, analyzing, and controlling. This is why it goes into control. All right? This is why it goes into control. The masculine mind couldn't see while it was busy constructing, analyzing, and controlling. That masculine principle becomes useful again, and it takes a new awareness and it acts upon it. So that's where the transformation happens, okay? And of course, but it begins inwardly before the external circumstances they change necessarily, all right? That's feminine awareness waking up inside the masculine mind, all right? The advantage that I have here is that I could teach and understand, right? Because the Eight of Swords creates mental structures, defines, and it believes. But then the feminine principle of it, the receptivity, the integrated feminine principle, she observes the mental structures and she becomes aware. All right? So I'm going to continue on the journey. She doesn't pick up the sword and fight. All right? The solution is not to add more force, more argument, more mental struggle. All right? The source already represents an overload of mental air principle there. So awareness. All right? Pause, observe, and questions become more aware. So there are fears here. And a lot of times these cards show how the person copes, but they don't give you a solution. All right, let me go ahead. One more question. I'll be talking about the Eight of Swords And how each card shows a feminine and a masculine principle here. And what the advantage that I have here is that I could teach. So when I read, you understand. Oh, okay. I'm starting to see things. And when you get that new solar eclipse, all right, when you're gonna see, you're gonna be like, oh wow, I can start seeing clearly now. But it's your choice. Am I gonna move forward? Hey, how you doing? BS NYC advocate. Hi. All right, guys. So let's go to the next question. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Understanding now that the mind right now it needs to rest. You don't want to add no more pain. You don't want to add no more struggle. You got to let this happen. This is the time for reset. All right. And understand the principle are constantly interacting. All right. They constantly those two principles, the divine feminine principle and the masculine uh, principle, they always interacting with each other. All right. And the inner consciousness experiences and processes them. So to know thyself, it is to explore what's hidden inside of you. Is basically with the gate and the eclipse. Yeah. There's so much energy in the air. Yeah, yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. With the gate, yeah, but the gate is you. You are the portal. All right. It's not something that's outside of you. You receive it through your consciousness. All right. It is through different states of awareness. That is up to you. You feel because it's damn, and I've never felt this before, and we don't know what to do with it because we're not educated to understanding this. But when next year come, you be prepared for it. All right, you start writing down the things. You don't start that same day, that same week. It don't happen like that. You got to be prepared. Now you know what to expect next year, and you know how to deal with it. You get prepared for it. All right, because you are that portal. All right, the kingdom is going through you. All right. As we're coming out of exile, you're understanding the energy and the forces that are working for us. Me, I'll start coding my mind with divine favor, and I'm grateful. I believe in miracles. I'm grateful for everything that is happening, for the good, for what they call the bad, and I embrace it all. Yeah, so you are that gate. You are that portal. All right? I am. I have all the powers. Yeah. Everything's inside of you. Okay? You add the elevation. You are the open door. You are the power. All right? Yeah, the eclipse is happening on 2 days. So right now, it is the time for just to reset what I want to release, right? What burden am I carrying? Sometimes we don't release it. It just stays stuck in darkness. All right? You don't want to leave, especially, you don't want it to be stuck in darkness. Some people can move through that light very good. Some people can move through that light. I know I could. All right. Oh, I can see now. I don't need that blinding light. Some people can. Da 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 da. Stop trying to become someone else and clear away what has obscured who you already are. All right. And no more questions. That's it. We're done. We get little glimpses into the future. All right. The power isn't just having energy. It's just knowing where to direct that energy. So today, release what you emotionally outgrown. Remember who you are. Speak from your heart. Choose reciprocity, and think bigger for today. Quiet your room before the door opens. All right. You might open a door that. You might open a door. Man, I opened that door. You accept it. You say yes. You agreed, and it binds you. It'll bind you because you don't know how to clean it. You don't know how to cancel it. Now you're stuck with it. You're looking like, wait a minute. We got to be careful. The things that we speak, the things that we watch. All right. The energy. and what is keeping me stuck. All right. Empty the emotional room before you invite new energy in. Clearing before you open the day. Very important. All right. There's no more questions. I have to go. Thank you guys so much. I've been here now 2 hours and 21 minutes and 20 seconds. 21, 22. That's it. We're done. No more questions. Once you start to understand this, you wake up. You wake up. I've always told my children that about energy. Yeah. Watch who you, yeah, you have to be careful. You agree with and especially when you get a 9 of swords. Yeah, you're depressed, you blah, 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 a whole bunch of, that could not be the problem. You got to be careful what you agree to when they point that energy. You don't agree to this, no. You agree to it, you lock. You get locked in the frequency. You got to be careful, you know. That could be somebody else's energy. That could be somebody else's energy. You got to be very careful. I'm just really, really saying that. All right? I know this is all for entertainment purposes. All right? But stop agreeing with everything. Oh, I'm so depressed. Yeah, I'm going through all this. Don't agree to none of that. Stop agreeing to all that crap. You know? Oh, yeah, I'm depressed. Yeah, I know. And it gets even more. It's just like when you hear the word sacrifice. All right? It gets your mood down. Your energy goes low. All right? It goes real low. Oh, yeah, that's right. I've been going through stuff, and I don't know how to do, and the family, or whatever. We all got family. Everybody got problems. Don't agree to none of that stuff. You don't agree to none of that. No, that's not for me. That could be, You getting out of that, and you getting stuck back in because it's something that you haven't learned. Tiffosaurus. Hey, Tiffosaurus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go for one more. Come on, guys. I want to get out of here. I'll see you guys on the 12th. And this is how you see the energy of the tower clearing the way. You start seeing the judgment card. If the energy comes out, that means that it won't come out for me today. Because that's not the energy. All right? There isn't here somewhere. But that's not the moment of realization. And I always count on my cards. Well, we don't see that card here. But anyway, it'll come out sooner or later. All right. No, ask a question. Don't say poo. Good morning. How are you? All right. You want to come in with some nice inviting energy. Welcome that energy. All right. Should I stay at my job or do something new? Star Lover, let's go ahead with your question. Be mindful of the energy that you bring in. Okay. Be mindful of what you bring in. Pull me a card. No. Ask a question. How about you be bold? How about you be brave and ask a question? All right? I don't care what it is. Love. I don't turn nobody down. Okay? Star Lover, let's go tap into your energy. Hey, Monette, from Spirit, what? From the divine. All right? From the divine. Something more meaningful. From the powerful divine spirit of all there is who enlightens our life. All right? From the consciousness, from the higher power, however you understand, but all right, there are a lot of different layers, and there's a vast of consciousness that we tap into. All right, one more, because spirit got so many different layers. The divine, there you go, the divine. I want to tap into the divine. I'm knowing this incredible, beautiful creature. All right, having this beautiful experience here on our beautiful Mother Earth. You know, the divine. Step into some more elegance. All right? One more. Star Lover, I'm ready. One more. Thank you, thank you. One more. One more. Sure you leave your... Yes or no? One more. One more. One more. Normally you got a yes. You got a yes. But I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. Nah, I wasn't sure. Let me go to the next deck. All right, walking away right now. I don't know if... Are you in a position to walk away right now? I don't know, because this isn't about initiation. You're Pisces. You're Pisces. You have a problem with initiation here, right? So there's something here that you must share when it comes to the helping. There's a help here, all right. Well, one of the things about the Queen, all right. I don't know. This is about gaining. There's a choice here because this is about balance, but then goes this goes with the lover's energy. All right, there's a choice. There's a decision to make because this is not what you think it is. I would like to have the time to explain this card. I always explain this card over and over again. All right, so there's a choice. This is about choices. I know that you see people, but these are about choice. These are two choices that you must make. I know. And what I get here is the ability to study, all right, 3 years, and decode the cards, spending hundreds of hours decoding the cards to bring you. So you got to understand here. This is the way it works here. But anyway, the Eight of Cups here, all right. I opened the business with, oh, that's what. So this is what you got here, family business. This is why you got this card. So I opened the business with my boss. So what, you trying to leave the job? So this is what you got, because there's other people involved in the business, all right? Or this is something influencing your decision here, all right? Because there's a choice here. This is about making a choice. Something is very appealing, or who invested more? You don't feel like this is a balanced energy, the equal give and take, all right? So, but at the end of the day, I don't know here if you should. Don't make decisions. That's an emotional energy. I wouldn't make that decision now. All right, I wouldn't. No, I don't like the Eight of Cups at all. No. All right, I don't even gotta pull that, but I don't like the Eight of Cups at all. No. All right, having trouble with one of the managers. Yeah. All right, there's somebody else here because of this Ten of Pentacles. All right, there's somebody else here. All right, there's always a lot. But at the end of the day, she needs to make a choice. There's a choice that you must make here. But the Nine of Cups here, you probably I think that you too emotionally invested here. No, I think that, hey Bernadette, how you doing, brother, sister? How you doing, sis? So my thing here is that what I don't like is that this is about a choice between two options. There's options here, all right? And if you invest in more, all right, but there's an emotional investment here. There's something that's going to make you very happy, either that you don't walk away, but don't make that decision. Though I won't make that decision, not with the energy that's happening right now, okay? Because of course this is about gaining clarity here and then taking action, okay? Because of course she's somebody that naturally help others through relationship guidance, life coach, decision making, mentoring, conflict and resolution, and motivational work. All right, you don't help people by rescuing them. All right, you help people by helping them understand themselves clearly enough that they can choose their own direction and move forward. So when I get this, I cannot give you that. I can't. That'll be irresponsible of me. So when I get her, I'm like, oh, no. I'm actually, the energy is about you making your own decisions here, all right? Letting you understand that you have more power, but don't make that decision right now. What you could do now is create a plan and regain some confidence here and stop going back and forth, all right? Have you been going back and forth? I don't see the Two of Pentacles. That's why I want to give. There's something here because this energy wouldn't come out like this. Let me get my other, where the heck I put my other? All right, so I'm gonna give you a what's the news. There it goes. I'm looking for the other deck because I got such a big table. All right, so no, I won't make those decisions right now. No. All right, no. How can I move forward? So then, first of all, you're gonna have to establish boundaries. You know that. And then you're gonna have to ask that. This is, don't bypass your truth. All right, ask the questions. There's somebody I'm avoiding a question. Confrontation is not the happy blessings to you too. All right, I know, because you're bypassing your truth. Stop bypassing the truth. Have that confidence to speak directly You have to build that confidence here. How to do that with the here, all right? The guidance here, the temperance, all right? So when the temperance step in, you have the confidence here to do it with the angel card, the most passive, well, not passive card, all right? The higher mind, okay? So you don't overextend, over apologize. There's a lot of stuff here that I don't know if you have to, because it's like I want to cut through so many things right away, but I don't have the communication. Do you have great communication skills? Because she's naturally sharp, all right? She's naturally sharp and she knows exactly the direction, all right? But maybe the words. What are you afraid that's going to happen here? All right? Because you're afraid to leave. What if I leave? And we all go through this. There's fears and there's hopes here, all right? So you're looking at the options here at the end of the day. All right? What are your fears and what are your hopes? Because something's going to leave you very happy. All right? So anyway, let me go ahead and see here. All right? Ask the question that you're avoiding at the end of the day. All right? And that's it. Because the energies here is about reconnecting with my values, what I truly want, right? Listen to what your heart is saying. How do I make choices based on values rather than fear? All right? That's basically it. Yeah, no, I know that. I know you, man, and we all go through that. Let me see what else. So should you leave? I say no. Nah, you got to wait a little bit more. All right? This problem is going to fix itself. Plus, we have an a trine happening between Pluto and Venus energy. This is why this energy shows up here. All right? So wait for that trine to happen. This is why that triangle. All right? Understanding more the astrological of this energy. One more. See how the energies come? Oh. Disoriented. Don't worry about what's lost. All right? Don't worry about what's lost. No, you got 2 8s. All right? No. You already invested here. So have the communication. This is what's gonna happen here. All right? Not only the temperance is about balance, but it's about having that. You feel like you should have that conversation here. It's a lack of communication. It all shows up here, all right? There's a blend of energy here. I'm blending too many finances, right? So your contribution, talk about your contributions here. Talk about your contributions and how much you got to offer, all right? Sometimes we can just fix it right there, but having that communication is, I think, one of the hardest parts here when we're trying to clear something. When we try to do it from our own intellect, which has personality, ego, it reacts, all right? And how do I clear those mental blocks? Because I think things are going to be resolved for you in the next couple of days to the 2 weeks. So don't do it now. Do it within 2 weeks. All right? Just first clear this emotional at first. The energy. All right? Because the Eight of Wands is going to move things forward for you. It's going to clear that miscommunication. Because I love when I get this energy, of course. So the Eight of Cups is, of course, you're not walking away because you're weak. You're going to be walking away because you learned enough, of course, from the experience to know one no longer deserves your energy. But I won't do it now. Hey, better question with Jesus and me. What's in the future? Jesus and you? All right? Start when she back from vacation. Don't do it now, okay? Also, that's what it means, that she's on vacation. All right? So after this is done, this is divine intervention anyway at the end of the day. All right? The temperance is a soft kind of balance, kind of energy. I'm not going to make decisions on temporary feelings, all that energy. All right? Just follow it through. It's going to leave you very happy. It's going to bring you to that 10 of Cups, all right? Let me put this here. No, this goes up here. Let me see if I got time for one more. Yeah, don't make no decisions right now. No. It's very dangerous when we follow the emotion. All right, something's going to make you very happy. All right, look at this energy. How to really anchor this Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, he gets grounded. All right? But what happens is Mercury's energy is in Leo as of yesterday. All right, so it's going to give you that energy to speak from the heart. All right? So don't rush in there yet. Don't rush in there yet. All right, you got to remember you're Pisces, and of course Mercury falls on you. It doesn't exalt you. It doesn't exalt you. It is not your ruling planet. It falls on you, so you got to be threaded slowly. All right. So honestly, what is my contributions? Why? How could I? Yeah, don't do that. All right. There's gonna be happiness anyway. Something's gonna make you very happy, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, I'm glad that I listened." Take the time. Right now, it's time to reflect. Don't even though we want to, okay? Because Mercury is in Leo. All right. Despite of what's going on, Mercury is the fastest planet connect or closer to the sun. All right. It goes in and out quick, and it doesn't wait for nothing. So just make sure that you anchor that King of Swords. He moves forward. He moves forward, but he grounds himself. He anchors the energy. He anchors what he anchors his awareness. All right, understand Mercury. I know a lot. Okay, I know a lot here. I know what you're doing, but don't do it. All right, because then you're gonna wind up in another job making the same thing, and then you're gonna have to wait for unemployment and all that stuff. All right, and it might take weeks. It might take weeks, so don't do it right now. All right, what you could do right now, if you still feel like that after 2 weeks, then you start planning. Then you start planning. You take it step by step. All right, understand where Mercury's at, and of course. That Leo energy, I want to express myself. You Pisces, no, remember you're the underdog. You'll be very successful if you just a calm approach to the situation. If you're not speaking directly, if you're not using that intellect, so that's the Queen of Swords. Yes, she's very intelligent. She's very sharp, but she also got that tongue. All right? And she's all about judging fairly and looking at things objectively. This is your time now. All right? When you show up with that energy. Mercury doesn't do too good for you. All right? You could tap into Uranus energy. Tap into Uranus energy. All right? Don't not Mercury. No. Hey, Shaqueen. Hi, boo. Hey, sweetie. Hi, can I get a reading? What is the next between me and my baby daddy? Baby daddy drama, huh? I got a few people in front of you. I'm going to try to move as quick as possible here. But when I see the energy, I have to stop a little bit and, you know. So let's go ahead. Baby daddy drama. I was going to give you what's the news. Let me see what's the news between you and baby daddy. All right. Who's still here? Baby, man, I ain't hear baby daddy drama. We need some a little drama, right? Not too much. We don't want to be too much with the baby drama. So the bottom line, this is quick. I'm going to just give you a card. If you want to come back on Wednesday, I'm doing the Awaken Soul Wednesday. I'm going to be repeating the same energy, of course, of the Eight of Swords, so you can start to understand the Eight of Swords. Let's go ahead. Let's step into your frequency. Star Lover, I'm just going to help you how to be a little bit less trusting and giving. That's the problem. Star Lover, Pisces. One more. One more. You guys, don't forget, go and check out. I put a couple of shorts. Go check them out. Let me know if you like them. All right. Hey, I was here. Thank you. You know, over there counts too. I know you come here for guidance. There is a masculine. Oh, no. Body and Clyde. Heart to heart. No, I didn't want to get this. Black sheep. Wait, no, black sheep. So wait, you got Aries? Who's your person? You got an Aries. You're right. Don't worry about it. You're gonna be okay. I'm gonna help you not to where you tend to shoot your tension. All right. When you get under tension, remember we live in tension. All right. The universe expands because of this tension. Remember that matter, energy, black matter. You are made of the stuff in the universe: atoms, electrons, protons, quantum. Everything's living inside of you. All right. We're in this cosmic energy together. Okay. He's a Libra. All right. Bernadette. Shaquana. No! So anyway, Bonnie and Clyde. All right. Ride or die. Us against the world. Dedicated partnership. Jesus is the what? Who texted that? He's a Cancer, but I have, wait, I'm with Shaquana, but I have an Aries. I would like, oh, because they come out. Because it comes out here. So that's why I'm like, wait a minute. There's an Aries here. Of course, we look at the black sheep, the bull, not the bull. Who's the bull? And when I see this here, I mean, I'm going to bring some of the What's the News. All right? I might try to bring it next Monday. I try to squeeze it in there, but we don't want to stay too shallow on this channel. This is not the, all right? I like to go in with it because I love it. I don't do it a lot because I love it. So I understand the energy. I will get this card too. Toxic. Not that the relationship has to change. We're going to look at the toxic energy here. All right? Who's a Taurus? You a Taurus? Somebody, okay. I'm like, who's the bull? Because as soon as I seen this, I seen bull. So you're the bull. I'm like, wait a minute. What the hell's going on here? What? But understanding the energy of this energy, not that the dynamic of the relationship has to change. All right? Not necessarily the relationship, but the masculine toxic energy here, because he has to learn how to bring in, she's a Gemini woman, she is a Gemini woman, is very toxic. All right, so we're going to talk about toxic. I think I'm going to bring toxic on Wednesday. I think we're going to talk about toxic, okay? Because I know we see a lot of toxic. We're going to get to what it really is. No, well, not really, because it's everybody's different perspective, all right? We'll understand my perspective, your perspective, and your definition of toxicity, all right? I might understand it one way. Like if I'm having a lot of sex and nothing else. If I'm just laying up going to your house having sex, and that's a level of toxicity. All right? That's one level. If I'm coming up, yeah, come on, let's go have sex. It leaves you dissatisfied. Hey, I want to do something else, nigga. I want to go out. Come on, I'm not laying up like that. No, hell no. You understand? So that's a level of toxicity. All right? If I'm eating too much and I'm not exercising, we're freaking toxic. All right? Period. So people don't understand. We're toxic. We are toxic. It just depends on what kind of level you are toxic is. But we are toxic. All right? The only person that we really got to be afraid of is our own selves. But when we don't balance the masculine principle, feminine principle, chaos happens because one is running the show. Woo! And with the hell, dignity goes out the window. Because there's a part of you that refuses to betray your soul just to keep a connection, approval, or temporary comfort. The hell with that. No, I'm going to just go ahead. This is why morals and ethics. I went through so much. We all do. I want to give you your because don't put me with a category with everyone else. This is what happened when it's just me and you against the world. No, we all here together. It's called universal love. All right? And when we start, and what helped me a lot, I started seeing my other people, right? Because we constantly projecting, all right? And he got another pregnant. He's toxic, all right? So that means he has multiple sex partners, all right? That means you was not aware of his. So when you're telling me that you wasn't aware that he was toxic, all right? You wasn't aware of that because this, all right? But this is fear. When you look at this is fear. This is fear. This ain't nothing but fear. That's fear. When I tell you right now, this is fear. That toxic masculine principle. Because inside this is a feminine. We create a narcissist, all right? We put him on a pedestal, all right? And we got to understand that we create that. We create it, all right? Or whatever he identifies with, all right? Because we start building, the ego builds identity on the way we are perceived. You understand me? So anyway, I just wanted to pull the energy for you. Now let me see yes or no. Or what was the question again? All right. God bless you too. So what was the question? Let me go back. Baby daddy. Baby daddy. I haven't had a baby daddy in a long time. So yeah, I'd like some baby daddy. All right. We all have baby daddy, Johnny, blah, 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 blah. All right. So can I please get a reading? What is the next between? So my thing is, well, let me pin your question. At least you're laughing about it. You know that you laugh like that. You must not really love him. You must not really want him. You must not really want him. It's not normal for a Taurus Now, when a Taurus loves a man, a Taurus not like that. No, Taurus is not like that. No, Taurus, no. You must not really be into him. No, you don't. No, no, no. You're not really into. No, no, no. Because you won't be laughing. Nah, no. You got caught up in the frequency. No. 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 It affects you deeply. All right. Well, right now your ruling planet is in. Your ruling planet is in the planet. It's in the seventh house where reciprocity. So letting that energy, letting that complete a cycle here because everything goes by cycles. All right. But when the moon goes, I mean the moon, when your ruling planet goes into the eighth house, it's gonna remain. It's gonna remain. It's gonna go there into its transit, which is gonna go retrograde. That's a phase here. All right. So right now, I would take the time because it's all about seeking harmony, fairness, mutual respect. All right, on partnerships before it goes retrograde. Once your planet goes retrograde, all right. And this is what's happening. All right, look at this. Look at this energy. Thank you. All right. So if you're looking for truth and accountability, all right, doesn't I stop picking up his calls? All right. It does. I stop picking up his call. This is when you got to bring this healing. So you could get the, but at the end of the day, listen, everything is being balanced. This is a recalibration. All right. All right. So when we left Virgo, your ruling planet, all right, remember you're all about love, beauty, and all that warmth, the happiness. You want it all. I get it. You crazy for love. All right. So you got to let this cycle close out. All right. We can't go from here to here. All right. When we left Virgo's Venus, that was the time to refine love, to strengthen your relationship. How can I serve? This is all about the reliability, all right? And if it left you feeling like this, all right, I think you knew about it. This is the time that you take and you do some self-healing. Because if you didn't do it while it was in the 8th, the 6th house, the Virgo, in the moon, not the moon, when the sun, this is the golden dawn of Virgo. When you understand the golden dawn, I'm going to explain this card later. I'm still in the 6th to explain to people about the 6th. Later. When the sun goes in Virgo with this energy, you're going to start seeing. All right? But it's up to you because right now this is about your ruling planet, which coincides, of course, with Libra, and it wants reciprocity. All right? It wants truth. It wants accountability. It wants cooperation. All right? How can I create a relationship where we can both not only survive, thrive, but actually flourish together? You got to understand where you're at. You got to understand. And it's not going to allow, your Venus will collapse. When your self-worth drops, it's not going to allow you to deal with one-sided relationship. Man, it'll make it so difficult that you're going to have to say, no, this is what if you didn't refine this energy while your ruling planet was in Virgo, you're going to have to wait till the sun goes in there. When the sun goes in there in the next month or so, right? When the sun, well, no, I think it's a little less than that. Maybe in the next 15 days or something like that. You're going to start seeing this. They might come back around then. And then you can start, it's going to expose things to you. And they don't stay the same. No. This is cosmic. No, they don't stay the same. Once you understand this card, all of them, I want you to understand all of them. And so you can start waking up to some truth because Venus and Virgo perfects the relationship. Okay? And then Libra harmonizes it. So if you're not seeing that right now, man, it's going to take you straight to here. We want to stay in the star card and the sun and all those cards, but we have to pass through some death. The ego, we have to pass through some tower moments. We have to pass through some accountability. All right? You have to, once you start to understand, be like, all right, I'm going to surrender. When I surrender all aspects to God, when you're working, you cannot constantly, you can surrender. All right? You start thinking, your nervous system, all right? You got to put the organs of actions into work. All right? It's not going to be easy, but you could do it. All right? You could do it if you want to. It's up to you. All right? I did it. If nobody is proposing, If they're not ready to take if they're not ready, if they're not there constantly showing up, you want a relationship that has potential. All right? Not only potential, that it has follow through. Now you look at it, damn, what the hell can I do here? Because, if they haven't come up with that, do I love you? Can you, this is where the next step is going. When justice says, allow me to take care of things. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to expose some things to you. And if you still want it, you got it? If not, you're going to be like, nah, put that back. All right? But at least at the end of the day, you're going to meet the relationship with the next person anyway. All right? You passed the teaching. All right? He keeps on giving, he makes signals, but I surrender to God. Say, God, I'm going to leave this in your head. I'm going to surrender all aspects. I'm not trying to fight nothing. This, man, when your ruling planet, which you share with Libra, and of course you're the first sign to that Libra, of course, the Venus energy. All right, it's more about beauty, but it wants harmony, it wants warmth, it wants kindness, it wants reciprocity, it wants mutual respect. It wants that here. It wants truth. Damn it, I want the truth. And it's not going to let you deal with one side. It's sorry. You got to wait till the next. You got to wait till Venus goes back here. And then you're going to go right back to this. And then you don't know what. You ain't going to know what the hell happened. What happened here? You're going to go right back to the same cycle. I guarantee you that. But at least here with the sun is just going to expose to you what is working and how you could get things going again. And then you're going to go back to the same cycle. You're going to go back to it. I guarantee you that if you don't start. If you started, let's say you started, let me see what was the next energy that was really, really good. I would say March, April, May. Between March, all right, because Venus exalts Pisces. Between February and March, you gotta understand where Venus is at and where it likes to and what it does. And it expresses itself different. All right. So when you understand, you be like, oh, okay, all right. In the 5th house, it's all about let's go out. I'm pretty sure. Let me tell you something. I don't know exactly when it was in Venus was in Leo, okay? A lot of going out, let's be seen, I want to be seen, I want to hug, I want to love, I want to go. You was doing a lot of going out with them, wasn't you? The truth is always going to set you free. Is that true what they say? How was your relationship when Venus was in the 5th house? How was it? If you wasn't going out with them and doing a lot of things, and this was still going on, you had a way here. And if you don't see it here, you're going to repeat that same. So you're going to stay on that wheel. All right? You're going in the wrong direction here. So you look at when Leo, all the energy, of course, when Venus was in that energy. All right? In the house. And how was you doing? You were going out with them a lot? You were doing a lot of things. They're going to be seen. I want to go out. Let's take care of a lot of stuff, right? Let's go out. Let's have fun. I want to be seen. I want love out loud. I want to just, wow, wow, how incredible. All right? You got to watch how people express themselves, and it'll tell you a lot. All right? So if you wasn't going out with them and they still was playing these games, those were the, you was negotiating your standards. You was dealing with red flag. You didn't want to see them because they felt so good. They could come lay up, have sex with you. You seeing it. It's telling you, understand where your Venus, understand where your Mercury, the communication, and with that moon. All right, the sun, it says once a month, we're gonna move forward. We ain't stopping. We're moving forward. We're not stopping. The moon takes you back with a lot of emotion. You don't understand that emotions are biological. They're not going anywhere. All right, you don't choose them. You react to the feeling that you get, the interpretation of that emotion, and then you don't understand. So you get chaotic. Oh wow, what a good ride. So you just get to know yourself. All right? To get to know yourself a little bit more, remember that the moon isn't necessarily giving you the answer. It brings you into wisdom. So it helps you and it exposes what's hidden, what you need to work on. All right? It's more about exploring. All right? What I need to examine. What am I hiding? Looking at those things. But we don't want to do that. We don't, no, I don't want it. No, I'm not ready. Come on, wake up. No, I'm not ready yet. All right? This is about pouring in inspiration, healing before you move forward, all right, into the next phase, all right? Even, it could take you straight into Aquarian, all right? It could take you straight into Aquarian, and then when this goes there, it's a social. You could meet somebody socially, in your social scenes, all right? So make sure that you do all the work, so when you meet, you don't bring that garbage. All right? Because this is all about truth and accountability. It's not going to be easy. Venus says, we're not doing that. It's so strict. All right? It's strict. I won't do. All right? I wasn't able and kept traveling towards me, saying he doesn't want the other girl. He impregnated. She kept stalking me until she broke the news to me and kept denying her pregnancy. He only admitted it to oh wow! But you was everything was going good unto that, unto April. I don't know. That's hard. But if you listen, you're Taurus. You're strong. One thing about Taurus is they go hard. When you know if you really truly want this person, don't do it out of desperation. All right. That's hard to deal with somebody else's pregnancy. I don't know what to tell you with that. All right. Just try to take some time. Remember that nothing, don't define anything by the hard moments of your life. Remember that the universe, the stars, remember your path. Your story still unfolding. Your story still unfolding. Okay. Trust the wisdom of the stars. Surrender. This is a moment where you say, God, I'm not gonna try to figure it out on my own. I know I'm no good. By myself, no, I'm not good by myself. Oh, I don't think so. No. So that's the only message in the inspiration that you could take right now. All right, and that when that healing, let it happen. All right, you'll know to make the right decision. All right, we get caught up with baby mama drama and all that stuff. I know, but if you really love this person, you'll wait. If not, you already know that this cycle closed out. You're almost there because you got, of course, the star, and then you get 17, 18, you get some confusion, but the moon, it brings you into wisdom, all right? It's what nurtures you. It's what needs to nurture yourself, nurture your heart. Listen to that, all right? And then the moon is a split. You got to remember the moon is about, the moon splits, and then you bring that home. You bring that lesson, all right, into awareness, into the light. The sun is going to expose things, especially during this eclipse energy. Who knows? They might realize that I love you, especially during the solar eclipse here. All right, and of course, then after that, 2 weeks we're gonna have the lunar eclipse, and that's gonna be happening in Pisces. The Leo eclipse is all about courage to express and being authentic, and Pisces is all about surrendering what no longer supports that authentic path. All right, I hope that you take that into consideration. But Venus in Libra is never going to let you. No. This is where accountability meets truth. All right? You be good, okay? Be back on Wednesday, okay? At least that's the only planets that I like to work with. The sun, the moon, Mercury. A little bit with Mars. Right now it's leaving, saying bye-bye to Gemini, and it's moving into the 4th house. So Cancer, get ready. Cancer. All right, I can't wait to see what it brings, Cancer. So understand, those are the planets, the more personal planets. All right, Mercury, Venus, Mars, the sun, and the moon. Those are the energies that we look at. The outer planets is a much bigger, broader. These are personal, depending on what's on our chart. All right, and those are the ones that I look for. And when you don't understand that, you got to follow. You got to understand it. Not the sun, moon, and rising. No, I don't do that. I come in. I stepped in here. I allow you to come in. And I just, the moon is about bringing people into wisdom. All right? Not getting stuck on these cycles. Right? When you understand this, things are for, but when you make a decision, that's it. The wheel, time unlocks. You got time on hold. You got holding on time. For what? We on borrowed time. No. We don't want to stay stuck. All right? Don't stay stuck. Release. No, I don't want to release. Oh, I want to see if it comes back. But the energy's no good. The energy's no good. And this is the hope. Hope is what it sits at the most optimistic emotion. Hope, that light. I know that something's still there. I know it, that hope. All right? Never lose that hope, but on somebody else. All right? not this. No. All right? The universe won't push that forward if it's not meant for going in your path. All right? The most amazing, incredible things when we have surrender. All right? And then you start becoming aware. All right? Let me calm my mind. Let me relax. Let me see what is energy. Let me continue to work once a week. At least schedule yourself. All right. Everybody should have a pack of cards, and everybody should have a cosmic view of what's happening. You're not going to understand everything. All right? Pick 2 planets that you want to work with. Or the sun's path with the sun or with the moon. The moon will confuse the hell out of you if you don't understand it. All right? So anyway, I'll see you guys Wednesday, okay? I have to go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Love you guys so much. And I see you guys on, Wednesday, okay, guys? I'm sorry if I didn't finish no questions. No, wait a minute. Was I coming back this afternoon? I think I was coming back. I forgot to write it. I was supposed to come this afternoon. I was supposed to do a story. I'm sorry. I get so caught up with a lot of other things. Yeah, I might come back this afternoon, this evening. Yeah. I really did. I really forgot. I said, wait a minute, I'm coming back later on this evening. So come back later on. Anybody that I get a chance to connect to. I love you too. I love you. 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 I love you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Be safe out there. Remember, love is a mystery. Love is this force. We can't see it, right? We don't understand it. Man, I got hit with the love bug. Yeah. Yeah. We can't contain. We can't tame what love came to teach us. All right? Love is a force, and it's of course, love is mystery. So are we on the mysteries of love, on the surrender of it? Damn, I surrender to love. All right? It's dangerous. Oh my God, I don't want to love again. But then you gotta love a little. You gotta lose a little bit. You gotta live a little bit. Don't be afraid to love again. Great. What time is this? You gotta love a little, lose a little. You gotta live a little. Do it all. I want to love again. Not at the expense of my mind. My mind, I want that to be sharp as hell. That's one. There's limits there. Not when you get an E in my psyche. No, you gotta go. Once somebody get into the mind, it's time. It's time. When somebody get up there, man, you don't let nobody get up there in that mind. No way, hell no. You already know you gotta go. No. Because that could really trigger psychosis. I'm gonna leave it there. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys this afternoon. Okay, guys, be good. All right, sweetie. Thank you, Bernadette. Thank you, Shaqueen. Thank you, Miss Goldenberg. Golden egg. I like that golden egg. All right, guys. Love you guys. See you guys then. Bye bye. Thank you.